Hello and welcome in to Shmokin Hot Takes. We finally all woke up from our horrible nightmares where the Cowboys and Eagles are good. Drew Lock is showing everyone why they call him HCL. And the Lions finally got their roar back as Goff throws 5 tutties. Stick around for a fun, joyous Christmas edition of Shmokin Hot Takes and our NFL Week 16 preview. Let's get smoking! Smoking! Welcome in, everybody, to Shmokin Hot Takes. I'm here with Coop.
Oh!
And K-Dog.
Hey.
Woof, woof.
Woo! Wah, wah. What are we
So
talking-
how about
what
the
are we talking
boys?
about? Oh.
Yeah, here we go.
That was the only way to kick it in.
Yeah.
The best part was we were all watching together.
Yeah,
that's true.
unfortunately. Yeah, that was hard to watch, thankfully. There were some distractions, so I didn't have to focus in too much on that game, but yeah, it sucks because I was so happy after last week and now it's just all been ripped away. So
Yep. What was that graphic you sent? Where it was like you circled
It's
it.
the cycle. There's 4.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it's like you're optimistic, right? And then
Like we them boys.
yeah,
it's
it's
our
like
team.
it's the We Dem Boys energy. It's like the Wiz Khalifa We Dem Boys. Like that's probably K-Dog's. Like if you go to K-Dog's Spotify Wrapped, that's probably his number 1 song.
it's up there, yeah.
And then it goes to like you're doing really good, and then you go to frauds, and then you go to crying, and then back to the start.
Right.
So
So we're in fraud territory right now. Is that what
Yeah, like
you're
the
saying?
wheels are falling off territory, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, they do have 2 tough matchups coming up. So if they're gonna, we can see if they can rebound. But yeah, I was scared about that game, and but I didn't think it would be that bad.
But the Hawks blessed you guys.
Yeah,
We blessed
They
you
did
with
help.
first place
They
in
did
the
help.
NFC East.
yeah, and now that tiebreaker gets more complicated. But yeah, go Hawks!
And
I couldn't believe that.
All right, put that on the soundboard. Too quick. Too quick. Yeah. I mean the Hawks. The Eagles look like bigger frauds than
Maybe
the
the
boys
Eagles
do.
just aren't that good.
No, they're not. They're not that good.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll
discuss that
talk
further.
more later. But yeah, what a game.
Yeah, made for a fun Sunday. And
Are we talking about the Seahawks right now?
Yeah. Drew Lock, baby. That was crazy.
hot, man.
What was I still don't know. What was the whole
so
deal of
I
like
think-
Gino versus Locke? And then like they asked him about it and he was like kind of
there's like a
hesitant
long
about
story.
it.
I
He's
think Gino was supposed to start,
Did he got benched?
and then I think he got benched.
Really?
I was gonna ask you guys about that because I think like an hour before the game I saw like an Instagram post of Gino warming up
Yeah.
and it was like he's in or something.
Right. Yeah.
And then Drew Lock was in. I
Yeah.
thought I didn't start watching the game till later, so I thought maybe I missed something.
I'm kind
but
of surprised that it hasn't come out today.
like what's the
Like
story?
what happened?
I think we'll find out based on who's going to start next week.
wait, after
No.
that 90-yard game-winning touchdown
92-yard,
drive,
yeah.
you kind of got to go with Drew Lock, right?
Okay, here's kind of a hot take. I almost kind of think that wasn't a touchdown.
Oh, it was.
It kind of looked like he
I-
bobbled it right
No,
at
I
the
know what
end,
you're saying,
and
but-
then and then he didn't get 2 feet in.
I
and I was
secured
like,
it.
I don't know if he had control.
I think it was really close, but he like dragged his knee at the end.
Yeah.
So I think that would
Yeah,
because as soon as he has control and his knee's touching, he's fine.
It
That's
looked
right.
really
But
close.
it was
to
very
me.
close,
At
yeah.
first, I was like, I thought, oh yeah, touchdown, and then I kept looking, and I was like, oh shit, this is gonna
Yeah.
get overturned.
What surprised me was there's more controversy on the interception at the end of the game by Love. People thought he didn't get that.
Yeah, that was very very clear.
Yeah,
to
like
me.
his leg hit. I don't know who his teammate was, but like his leg hit his teammate's leg,
Yeah.
which like shot it into the ground.
Yeah, which is that not?
And no, it's fine.
Yeah, that's
and
what I
then
thought.
he got his other leg in, and
Yeah, I
I don't
don't
know,
know
some
why.
people don't think it was an interception.
Yeah, I
So-
want to talk more about that game. We won't. We'll jump into it in more depth. But man,
Yeah.
there's some. You might have to start adding Hurts to that list with Lamar of who's good pocket passers.
Well, what's he
but
got? 12 turnover interceptions now.
He has the
Yeah.
most. He has the most turnovers out of everyone in the league right now,
Yeah.
including picks and fumbles.
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Jalen Hurts does?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah, he had a rough game. I think he only had like 150 yards, 2 interceptions.
Well, he was also sick. Anyways, let's
True.
just carry on. We'll get to this game.
It's about as
right?
good as Dak was too. Might as well add that in.
Yikes.
Yeah. K-Dog was giving me staring daggers
no.
at me.
It was about as good as Josh. You know, Josh Allen only had 94 passing yards that game,
Well, and he's
it's
still
and they got 31 points.
James Cook, man.
James,
crazy.
the emergence of
Yeah,
is he younger than Dalvin? Right, he's a
yeah,
younger.
he's
younger,
the
younger
younger,
Cook.
quite a bit. I feel like 3 or 4
He's
years.
cooking.
He's
younger.
24, I believe.
Okay.
Good for him.
Maybe I put the wrong Cook on my top 10 list.
I think you
True.
did. I think we all did.
I kind of thought James Cook sucked, honestly, until that game.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is
it's because they
unbelievable.
didn't run until now.
Yeah.
You know, it was always Josh
They were
Allen
like,
running.
well, they were like, shit, we're playing the Cowboys.
It's the Dorsey
This will be-
effect. That guy stunk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, follow, subscribe, check out our Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Also, check out the TikTok. I started posting on there. I didn't want to do it, but I felt like I was forced to. And honestly, it's been the results have been great so far. So the one difference is someone, I don't know who, they sniped the handle Shmokin Hot Takes from us.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, someone took it. I got it on every other platform,
Ooh.
and then someone else has it. I don't know.
Did you look him up?
No, I didn't.
Oh, God.
I didn't want to give him attention. So on that, we're Shmokin Hot Takes Pod.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So
It's
not
probably
bad.
almost better.
We
Not
want
that
to
bad.
we want to differentiate from them.
So yeah. So anyways, if you are out there and are listening, I'm coming for you. I'm hunting you. You better hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your family.
Uh-oh.
All right. And then okay, the Christmas giveaway. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
There's been some controversy around this giveaway, which is a giveaway, people. Come on, it's free. It's a free item. But you know, the board of directors here at Shmokin Hot Takes, they decided that
It's too complicated.
it's not too complicated, but
Still in discussion.
we're changing it.
the evidence shows it might be a little too complicated.
The evidence is that nobody wants our merch. All right, whatever.
Valid.
All right, so here's what you have to do: the new Shmokin Hot Takes giveaway. It's like what we discussed.
It's
before.
new to me.
All right, so one. We're gonna make a post, or is it gonna be the OG post?
See, this is why we should have done this off air.
We'll make a new post. We'll make
New
a
post. New post announcing, talking about the giveaway. Graphics guy's gonna get on that. And for one entry, all you have to do is like that post. That's it. Double tap it
One entry.
for one entry. Now, if you want more than one entry to the giveaway,
More shots to win.
then you have additional steps that you can complete. 2, if you want a second entry, all you got to do, share the post on your story. Or, yeah, share the post on your story. That's all for a second entry. 3rd, tag a friend on it. And then 4,
No fours.
no 4s. Tag a friend. There you go. 3 it is. Oh, whatever. Who cares? And then, you know what? If you win, you get to pick a piece of merch.
Honestly, this won't be our last giveaway. So
No, there's actually, we talked about doing a little bit of a giveaway for the playoffs. I talked about this with you guys. You don't. No one ever listens to me. Or well, there will be one, and if I have to self-fund it, that's fine. But
and the winner's determined by the Super Bowl.
kind of, yeah.
I'm just saying that's when we'll tell
Oh,
people.
yeah, exactly. So it's on IG. Yeah, go do like what we just discussed. It's gonna be great.
There will be a
And,
post. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're gonna do a post. So that is what it is. All right. Next order of business. Actually, there is no other orders of business.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. Also, I also want to say one thing. I was thinking about it earlier because I am now basically knocked out of all my fantasy playoffs, and I'm really unhappy about it. But I was thinking about like next year's because I'm already like, what's gonna happen next year? Next year's fantasy draft is gonna be such a shit show
How's that?
because we've had so many injuries this year that we don't really know like who's gonna bounce back well. Like for
Yeah.
QBs, for running backs, for any player that has injuries, right? Like the whole landscape's different. Like think about how many backup QBs there are. Like what backup QBs are going to become a main QB.
well,
It's kind of crazy to think about. Like there's going to be way more shots in the dark, I think,
Yeah.
next year than there normally is.
well, when we do our, how beginning of the season, preseason, we did our top 10
yeah,
RBs.
it's going to
top
be
10.
hard.
We're gonna be having a lot of people coming out of the woodworks on those, like Dalvin Cooks maybe or something like that, But we'll be seeing those those guys that broke out this year, like Kyron Williams, we never would have thought he would do something
And
this year.
we still don't know if he's going to be the guy next year.
Yeah, but we'll probably have him in the top 10. We'll have to, stuff like that.
Yeah. So
Devon Achane, where's he going to go?
Every year there's always new people who just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puka.
I don't think Kyron Williams is going anywhere, though.
No, he's the dude.
He looks great.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, let's go into our Shmokin Hot Takes recap. I'll go first, I guess. So my Shmokin Hot Take was the Seahawks win by 17 points. They won by 3. And I think it was it when we were going through our breakdown, I think it was you, Coop, who said we're either getting blown out by 20 or winning by 3.
Yeah, but that's an easy
So
thing to say.
You called it. But anyways.
Anybody can say that.
I was like 50% there.
I mean, you guys still called a win, so but 17 points, that's a big margin.
They only scored 17 points. So
yeah,
let's say you got that.
Maybe you just misspoke.
Yeah.
No,
you said
no.
they're going to score 17 and we're going to win by 3.
I'll own my failures. I'll own my failures.
Hey, at least you're on the right side of it, though.
All right. Get out. Go ahead.
Mine, if you guys recall, I
how could I
predicted that superstar quarterback Jake Browning would throw 5 touchdowns in a win against the Vikings.
That was Shmokin Hot.
He really got close, didn't he? He ended up having 2.
Close.
But, he's still in the game. Led some great drives there.
Game-winning drives.
Yeah.
Clutch drives. Yeah, the game winner as well.
He's looking like a dude who can do something next year.
I do think those wide receivers just had a huge... I mean, obviously the T. Higgins touchdown, but those wide
Catch of the
receivers
century,
just went
bro.
off. Yeah, that was pretty
That was
crazy.
amazing.
Well, it doesn't have Jamar Chase for a little while.
Which
He's out.
is fine because he didn't really need him. I mean,
true.
you got T. Higgins, you got Boyd.
He didn't use him last week.
And then
Trent
he's leaning-
Irwin.
Yeah, and then he's leaning on those running backs a little bit too.
And the tight end. What's his face?
Hudson.
Hudson got involved too.
Yeah.
So
I mean, of course, Jamar Chase would be great, but I think they'll be okay with that.
I think
I
they'll
also,
be okay.
one last thing I'll say about Jake Browning. Well, maybe I'll say a lot more about him because I like him. But you see that clip where at the end of the game where he slams his helmet down and goes, "That's why you shouldn't have fucking cut me." Dude, I was like, I love that. I was like, well, how come I never saw that?
I know. I've never seen that type of energy out of him.
I was like, I was not expecting that. He was like aggressive.
So he was
like,
actually. So when I said that it was a revenge game last week, I was pretty much
no,
joking.
dude, he
I was
was
pretty much joking. I
he
didn't
was
think
pissed.
because he mentioned
There's a story behind
some
it.
people were like asking him like, oh, is there like any ill will? Like, do you feel like it's a revenge game? Like, not asking that directly, but like basically insinuating that. He was like, nah. And he's like, and then he came out after. He's like, yeah, it was like I was like trying to kill him.
I wonder why. Because I feel like you should also like he goes undrafted. Like the Vikings, you could also look at it. The Vikings were the only team who gave him a chance. Like, shouldn't you be kind of grateful for that they set him
Maybe
up
he
for
just put in a lot of work and he feels like he feels
He kind of went into it.
unwrongfully
He kind of
cut.
told why because
I didn't hear
when he
about
was
it.
cut, they just told him to go back to his hotel room and they'll let him know. And he was like sitting there for like 2 hours, not knowing if he was even had a job or anything. And then his agent called him and was like, "Yeah, you're not on the team anymore."
Damn.
So I'd be pissed too.
Okay, yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
hear about
like
that.
just tell me to my face
Yeah.
that I'm not on the
Yeah.
team. So I'll get into mine, unless you. Did you have
No,
something else
go
to say?
for it. Go for it.
So I had the Commanders were supposed to beat the Rams, and Sam Howell was supposed to have 3 touchdowns. 2 were supposed to go to Terry McLaurin, and 1 to Curtis Samuel. 1 went to Terry McLaurin, and 2 went to Curtis Samuel.
Ooh.
But I believe Jacoby Brissett threw a couple of those touchdowns. So I was
Wait, Jacoby
Kinda there.
Brissett played QB?
Yeah.
How did I miss
Sam
this?
Howell was benched.
yeah, you got benched.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
So-
How did I miss that?
I was kind of there, but I wasn't. But
I started that guy
Whatever.
in fantasy. Must have been too many.
Sam
of the-
Howell?
I started him too.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started in fantasy. I mean, in the poop bracket, in the
Yikes.
poop bracket.
Maybe I should have let you pick him up.
No,
you were-
well,
you were on a bye anyways,
I would have
doesn't
played
matter.
him this week though. I didn't pick him up because he has a tough. I forget who they play, but they
Oh,
have a tough.
their schedule's awful.
They're playing
Yeah,
a
the
tough
Jets
defense
this week.
Yeah, so I don't want to mess with that.
Yeah. It's
Who
bad.
are you starting this week?
TBD.
Okay.
They really.
I'm
bench-
working
I haven't
on.
heard about
I'm
him,
working
but
on
he
the
sounds
waiver
pretty
right
Wait,
now.
why
so-
bench him? That's so stupid.
Well, but then
Because like he's the young guy. He's like supposedly like the new guy to get it done. Like
maybe they don't
and,
want him.
like,
They don't believe
They
him.
don't want him to get too
that's just-
comfortable.
that sounds like
maybe.
a dumb.
And then also like so I think Jacoby Brissett had 2 drives versus Sam Howell playing the rest of the game, however many that was. Jacoby Brissett had more passing yards than Sam Howell did in those 2 drives alone.
Which is shocking because this was one of the top passing leaders in the game.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
Sam Howell, you stink.
Sam Howell, I don't know.
Oh, I was waiting for you. Okay, that's fine.
Can't
That's
read
fine.
upside down.
All right, we'll save it. We'll
Yeah.
keep it later.
Yeah.
For later. Good. We got some new soundboard items, and you'll hear them eventually.
Oh,
this
you wanted
episode.
that one, huh?
Yeah,
Damn.
that's why I set you up.
Sorry, bro.
It's
All
too
right.
late now.
All right, let's get into week 15. The games. We had Thursday football. We had Saturday football. Sunday, Monday. We're gonna start back on Thursday. What?
Go ahead.
Raiders destroying
Is this gonna be one of your top 10
Easton
teams?
Stick and the Chargers. Hell no. The Chargers are like a bottom 3 team. 63-21. This was a trouncing.
Well, they tripled their score. I just realized
It was
that.
like what, 42-0 at half?
It was.
And then their head coach went into the locker room and he said, "I want more. I'm hungry."
They should have just gone for the record.
Honestly, I think they tried. I just don't think they.
Yeah,
probably did.
it wasn't
I
like
don't
a
think they could do
Dolphin
it.
situation. But yeah, I couldn't believe this. I was at a work party that night, Christmas party, and I think I saw like in the first quarter the Raiders were up 21-0. I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy.
Right.
And then I had a few beers and like I didn't see the game until they had scored 63. I thought I was hallucinating or something. It was
It's like,
just,
I'm
I
drunk.
was just, what the hell is going on? I could not believe that. Especially, it's just the complete opposite from last week. They scored 0 points the week before. And
I
then they
know.
come and play.
So does that mean like the Vikings defense is like decent?
It is.
They
Yeah,
held
it has
to
been.
Zero,
I guess,
to 0
yeah.
points?
I think
guess
it has
so.
been pretty good.
Or just that the Chargers are just absolutely
Dude,
awful.
I thought in this game that we would just be seeing Easton Stick just dumping the ball off constantly to Austin
Eckler.
And the fact that he got 6 targets, I think is not enough. And the fact that he got 5 carries, not enough. Like,
Yeah.
I'll give you a third-round dynasty pick for him.
we didn't. Thank God Staley's gone. That guy's a bozo. And
Yeah.
Kellen Moore should have gone with him.
Okay,
Yeah.
that does not make any sense.
I was
Dude.
going to bring it. I was like, what's going to happen to him? I
So-
don't know if they'd want to keep him around.
I think I talked to C-Dubs a little bit about this. I think so. You know how they had to promote somebody to be head coach interim.
Yeah,
right?
who did they?
It was their linebacker coach who's been there for like 20 years, I guess. No, a long time. The oldest tenured coach on the team, basically.
Okay.
And I think they kept Kellen Moore from becoming head coach because usually you don't see these interim coaches staying around as head coach, right? They're usually replaced. So I feel like if Kellen Moore had become head coach, he would have been like, people would want him gone. It was kind of a way to save him because they probably
Yeah.
didn't think it was
But
all on
what
him.
I mean, they're also probably that makes sense, but they're also probably a little unsure of him too. Like
True.
I think he's got to prove himself
Yeah.
these next 3 games.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think
Well,
he's done anything to justify
I mean,
being
with-
head coach.
I know with Easton
With the
Stick,
stuff he's
it
got.
might be a little tough, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this team's just absolutely like injury riddled. Like,
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
we even called it. You guys were saying someone was telling me early on in the year because I think I had placed Quentin Johnson kind of high in my rookie rankings for not just rookie rankings.
Yeah.
And my reasoning was the Chargers always have their wide receivers explode, which you never want to call
like
for.
pop
But
off
that's-
like
but that's
Keenan
what-
Allen, yeah.
No, like their whole bodies just exploded. And they did. They all blew up. They're all gone.
Yeah,
Never
and
returned.
Johnson had,
And
probably his
Johnson's
best game of the year.
Been stained. Well, no, the point I was going to make was he's been stained.
I know.
He's not a top 10
He's not.
rookie.
I don't know if Keenan Allen even comes back this season.
He shouldn't.
I don't think he should.
He's old.
Save
Yeah,
himself.
there's nothing to play for.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that pick 6? I don't know what his name is, but on the Raiders.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was
yeah.
crazy.
He dropped that
just-
screen pass.
He had like it was like one-handed behind his back
Yeah, it's pretty
almost.
sick, yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the Raiders just did everything right. Like this game is nutty.
Yeah.
And is O'Connell like a guy who could be like a starter somewhere? You guys think? Like he's a rookie.
I mean, he
And
looks
he's
I think
good.
they'll keep
He
him
looks
around.
good this
Okay.
game. Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
he did enough to have a job somewhere.
Just need to stop throwing hospital balls, and then I think we're
Right.
good. Yeah, and then hopefully Josh Jacobs comes back. I don't really know what's going on with him.
I don't know.
I don't really care.
I care. He's on my fantasy team that's in the semis right now.
Oh.
I thought you said you were out of playoffs.
On most of them. I said most.
How many?
3 of the 4. I'm in the set. I got a buy on one of them though.
There you go.
I don't know. Buying.
I don't know what's going on with Jacobs. I thankfully traded him away in one of my leagues.
Nice. I never touched him.
All right. Let's go to the Browning game. Battle of the backups. The revenge game. Jake Browning destroying the hopes and dreams of Vikings fans. 27-24. Yeah, man. Browning fired up. We talked about it already. He was pissed. He was happy to get this dub. They lost
Right.
Chase, but T. Higgins came in, and T. Higgins is balling out, and he wants to get paid this next year.
Man, so it's funny. The passes Browning makes, we've seen those at UW, and they're just like these lazy, like high in the air balls. I get scared when he throws those. Not gonna lie, and it works perfectly for this team because T Higgins just comes out of nowhere and just snags that shit out of the sky.
Yeah, that touchdown and then a couple other throws I saw. He definitely gets bailed out by.
Yeah, like I want to defend him and think, oh, he's just putting it where only his guy can get it, which is true.
Yeah,
but like those. It's only a matter of time before those kind of get picked off or something.
Right, like those. Yeah, it's risky, but if it works, it works though, and it definitely worked this game. And the Vikings, they just, I don't know. I think this kind of shows that the Bengals are just. This is why they've been so good in the playoffs the last couple of years. It's not just Joe Burrow. Like that's a good team, a well-coached team. It just felt like they wanted it more because this is a very important game for both teams trying to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I also thought Chase Brown looked really nice as just kind of like an dump off, kind of get him the ball and just let him get up in space, and he was scaring me. I mean, Coop had him in Dynasty. I thought I was scared every time I touched the ball. It was just like breaking tackles. I was like, whoa! It's like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah, he looks pretty good.
And to be fair though, I saw Browning like back at UW. I mean, you mentioned Browning kind of threw lazy balls. Kind of seemed like a lazy guy. You didn't think he was like a stud athlete. We actually frequently made jokes. It's like, you think this guy's a QB on a D1 team?
Right.
But
we'd tell it to his face.
I would. I'm probably bigger than him.
You are. We've been next to him in a bar.
See,
that's where I told him.
I'll tell him that to his face then. Anyways, that's not where I was going with this. What I was gonna say was, he actually overthrew some guys pretty consistently, and I was like, and that's not to say like he wasn't accurate, but more just like he kind of had as a sneaky cannon. Mm-hmm. Like he's got a strong arm, which we did not ever see him do at UW. So, and then on the flip side, I mean, you guys have anything to say about this one? I mean, we didn't really see JJ do all that much. I mean, he had 7 catches, 84 yards, but it was like Addison.
Towards the end of the game?
He was beat up. Addison.
Or did he not?
You're probably thinking of the other game, the last week's game. Yeah, Addison. It was just kind of the Addison show.
I mean, it's the Ty Chandler show.
Ty Chandler.
132 yards on the ground and a tutty.
Yeah. What do we think about Nick Mullins? He looked okay.
I think he's fine,
but
I think he
had a couple costly interceptions.
I think he's one of the better backups in the league.
He's a backup who should remain a backup.
Yeah,
he's not one of these backups that have come out and like shined. You know,
he's like a guy you pay like a few million to come be like, just be your dude.
Yeah, just you know, break glass in case of emergency type guy. You know,
right?
So
because he does enough. I mean, they almost won this game. It was close.
Yeah. All right. Steelers Colts. Colts won 30-13.
Man, who picked the Steelers on this one?
Yeah.
Ew,
who was pooping with Coop on this game?
Come on.
The legendary line.
Yeah, that turd turned out to be Trubisky.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Come on, get that stinky.
That was not a good first use. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
That's fine.
He does stink though.
He does. He's really smell.
The
whole Steelers
that offense is just gross.
This might be the first year Tomlin goes below 500. Huh?
Could be. Well, what are they now? Are they 7-8?
I mean,
no, that's
they benched.
They're 7-7.
Mason Rudolph came in for the last drive.
Yeah, I saw that. I just want to say about Indianapolis too. Like they're running. We talk about like Jonathan Taylor, Zach Moss. They're so good. This game, they had Trey Sermon got 88 yards rushing, and some guy named Tyler Goodson had 69 yards
I see
rushing.
where you're going with this.
They just have like 4 good running backs on that team. It's kind of crazy.
Okay, dog.
Where do you think I'm going?
Johnny Taylor is a system running back.
I wasn't
Is that
going
what
there.
you're saying?
That's where you're
I
going
actually
with
was
that.
not saying that. I was going to compliment their running back room, but that is another way of looking at
They
it.
compliment
like
your
if-
offensive line. In that case.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I was just surprised to see
Is that what makes system running backs a good line? So does that mean David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs are system running backs?
Jesus, I'm done with this conversation.
Yeah, the Colts, they
It's like saying there's a system wide receiver.
There is.
No, there's not.
System wide receivers?
I don't know if there's system wide receivers, but there's like wide receivers that benefit from like great quarterbacks. Like if you play with like Peyton Manning or I don't know if that counts as a system, but
regardless.
I was gonna say the Colts too. Like they don't look like they should be a playoff team, but at 8-6,
They're in.
Yeah,
Last wild card.
They're 8-6 in their next 3
Currently.
games. They play the Falcons, Raiders, and the Texans. So I feel like they go 2-1, maybe even 3-0.
They go 3-0. Yeah.
I
think they beat the
think they're
Texans?
going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
With Stroud?
Sure.
No.
But worst case, they go 2-1. They're probably still in there 10-7. So.
Well, the Bills are 8-6, and they're not in it right now.
Right.
And Houston's
They
not
will.
in it
But
right
some
now.
of those other teams are falling, like Pittsburgh and.
Bills will be in it.
The Bills will. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But I thought it was just a good, clean win for the Colts. I mean, Minshew does enough, but I really like it's the ground game.
Yeah.
It's honestly pretty predictable. I don't know how you guys missed it.
Just expected more out of this.
I don't know.
Steelers
Yeah,
defense.
I just don't trust the Colts. I kind of just feel like they're inconsistent, but maybe they're not.
I mean, better than the
Yeah,
Hawks right
I
now.
hope Michael Pittman gets better for next week. I need him.
Yeah, that dude got the defender got suspended for the rest of the year.
Oh, did you see
Really?
Tom
I
Brady
didn't
come out and
hear that.
defend him?
Wow.
I kind of agree. It's like these things happen so fast, and I didn't like rewatch the play, but the defender was already in the air trying to make a play. He can't like readjust his body to make it less likely.
So just stop throwing hospital balls.
Yeah, it's not like he's trying to kill Michael Pittman. Come on. But he's writing something down here.
It's a note to clown on you guys later.
But,
All right, let's go to the matchup. Our matchup of the week, the
yeah.
Shmokin Hot Takes matchup of the week. It's the Lions.
Oh.
The 42-17 dub over Knee.
I'm riding with the Broncos. Were you?
Wow.
Yeah, dude. Broncos got murdered.
Yeah,
They were taken to the slaughterhouse, and the Lions feasted.
What were you guys smoking to pick the Broncos on this game?
Well, it looks pretty foolish right now, doesn't it?
It
I
does.
think we might have to have a moment of silence for our friend Broncos fan
Oh,
for
we need a
2069.
trumpet noise on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an ugly game, dude. I mean, nothing went well for the Broncos. Like, literally nothing. I don't...
Yeah.
What is going on with the Broncos? Because it feels like some games they just win in magical ways where Russ throws for like 150 yards and like
That's the thing,
freaking
man.
McLaughlin, Williams, and P. Ryan combined for like 50 yards. Like, how do they win the game?
This offense
I
can't
don't get it.
keep up with another good offense.
No, they
That's the
can't.
thing. That's how I knew the Lions were going to win this game because they just outpaced the Broncos. It just like every facet of the offense was just
They
better.
just blew them out. Like, they
Yeah.
had a crazy day on offense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I thought it would be lower scoring, but yeah, the Broncos, I don't know. I think I thought they were kind of hot. I thought they were getting better. Their defense was better, but I think the season might be over for them now.
Yep, agreed.
Just like no... So, I mean, previously Lions were losing because of all the turnovers. No turnovers this game. Not a fumble. No picks.
He was saving up for this game, Jared Goff was.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He was throwing all his energy.
Five touchdowns, right?
5 tutties, 3 to Laporta.
I know.
Which is
on my bye week too, when I have him in my league.
okay, dog. First world problems, right?
That
there.
hurts.
That's first world. And then Amon Ra finally getting involved again.
Yep.
Which
That
that's
was
like the
nice.
big difference, right? Like, and maybe it was just like the ground game. I mean, both Gibbs and Montgomery exploded. They combined for 185. So maybe it's just like, you know, you open the ground game up again, and then all of a sudden, guess what? You know, your passing game gets going too.
The C's part.
Yeah, Goff was he was a monster. That was a game that Lions fan was at. Lions fan 420.
That's right.
69. So he saw a great showing.
He's gonna have to start going to every game if he wants to see that.
True.
Must have brought some luck there.
And there was a smoking hot bet on this game between the two, Lions fan 42069 and Broncos fan 42069. There was a shotgun bet on this game, and we do have video evidence that that bet was completed.
Really?
So we're going to be airing that after this episode comes out.
Woo!
So take a look at Instagram and TikTok.
And
And
YouTube.
probably YouTube
And YouTube Shorts.
for that exclusive video.
You get a different angle for each platform you go to. Exclusive to each one. Yes. Yeah, so we're saying Broncos are dead. K-Dog, you're calling for the death of the Broncos.
Yes.
Dan Campbell he just started off the hoof and then got all the way up
Got the ankle, got the knee, then got the...
the main,
Oh, it's not where I was going.
The kneecap, maybe?
the HC.
The HC.
Can't say it.
HC.
It's a kid's show. All right, let's go on. Giants Saints. Saints destroyed the Giants 24-6.
G-Man.
yeah,
What do you
I
want to
called-
say about that one,
I
Prof?
called the G-Man on this one. What a horrible usage of Saquon Barkley.
He needs to get out that
That's
team.
my biggest gripe with the Giants.
Free Saquon, man.
Because you know what his 9 rushes consisted of? Something that I could do. He picked up the ball from DeVito. He ran 2 yards straight up the middle and then fell to the ground. Was tackled to the ground. What are we doing? That's not how you get, like, that's not Saquon. Saquon's like this big, shifty, explosive guy. You get him into space, you dump it off to him. Like,
I feel like it's hard for them because Saquon is literally the only threat on that offense. So if you're a defense, you're going to focus in on him and let.
They even had Waller back though. Like they started getting
but
like
who
they had
cares?
offensive pieces.
You got Tommy DeVito playing quarterback. Who cares?
Okay, Tommy DeVito
hasn't
played
been
better
bad.
than Dak Prescott this week. Let's not talk
Ooh.
too
that
much
even-
smack.
Okay, well, Dak had a terrible game. I don't even know if that's true. We're gonna have to do a
K-Dog is
We're gonna have to
flustered.
do a stat check on that one. But even if that is true, obviously Dak had a terrible week. But DeVito, he's not doing much on offense. Like, yes, he's doing enough to win some games. Obviously, not this
3-2
one.
in his first 5.
Yeah, but he
Wow.
also.
I think Tom Brady was also.
I said
3-2.
this last week. He has like 150 passing yards a game. He's not doing much, and so
Hey,
defenses
177 this
are
game.
focusing on Saquon. And one of us said last week. How many did he say?
177.
Oh wow, what a game on 34 pass attempts. Wow. Someone said on this pod, forget which one of you, that he's too far from New York. He's
that's
gonna lose
me.
a little aura.
Yeah.
that seemed to be the case.
Prophet Jay said no. New is in the name of the location as well. New Orleans.
But apparently, surprisingly, that didn't count for anything. So.
Well, that's, it is what it is.
I was just gonna say too, like even when the Saints, they blow out a team, they still it's still so boring.
They're so gross.
They're
dude.
so boring. They're so
Yeah.
gross. Like even like their blowouts are just it's 24-6. It's just like, yeah.
We need more Jameis. That's what we need.
I agree.
Yeah, agreed.
Also, breaking news: CJ Stroud might miss a second game,
Really,
so that might affect your guys' picks for later. No changes, no swappies.
I don't think I need to.
Are
No
we
takesies,
not allowed to?
backsies.
I don't think I need to. Hey, they did just win with what's his name at quarterback?
Yeah.
Case
Who
Keenum,
did
was
that?
it?
Oh,
Case Keenum.
well, tough for the Texans.
Whatever.
All right, you guys don't want to talk about this game anymore? This is my favorite game of the week.
Bears Browns.
No, the Saints Giants.
Oh.
I feel like we talk about this for the whole rest of the pod.
Sorry,
do the
I
rest
was
of the games.
I was skipping ahead.
All right, yeah, Bears Browns. How about that? That's fine.
Yeah.
2017 Browns. This was actually kind of a great game. I mean,
Yeah, it's a good one.
the Browns came back all in the fourth quarter, scored
Yeah.
13 points to win.
Yeah.
And
The Browns had no right winning this game.
No, they absolutely did not. I mean, when Flacco throws 3 picks,
I'm just looking at the record. They're 9-5, people. They've had like 20 different quarterbacks
and
this
Joker
year.
got 14 targets. What is with that business?
And he probably dropped how many?
He
7
dropped
of them?
just 4.
Jesus.
Like what? What is this team?
It's
This went
weird.
from. How do you think this team would look like, honestly, if Deshaun Watson was playing quarterback?
They'd
right
probably
now?
be 11-3 right now.
I disagree. I think they would actually be worse.
Yeah, I think Flacco is the answer. I mean, he's okay. You just asked like they have so many quarterbacks. How are they 9-5? It's good. They're a good team, I think. And I think Joe Flacco
they?
like makes him a little. He might turn it over sometimes, but so do the other
Okay.
guys. So does Watson.
Okay, hold on.
But they're a little more explosive with Joe Flacco.
is a better
He's-
pocket passer than Deshaun Watson.
But
Yeah.
beyond their defense, where else are they good? Mari Cooper.
Their passing game and
Okay,
Joker.
Mari
Yeah.
Cooper.
Njoku, and
Ford's not very good. Hunt's not very good for this offense. How are they a
they're
good
pretty.
team?
Their run game is still pretty good, and their defense has the potential to
Okay,
be
and
really
actually,
good.
the Bears' defense, especially their D line, has been pretty good. Of
Yeah,
lately.
I was gonna. Yeah, the
like
Bears.
holding those guys to 20 yards, basically. Like that's a strong
I
game.
know it is. Yeah, the Bears are pretty. Like they've been kind of losing, but they're pretty good. Their defense is really good.
Yeah, they'll get to and
If,
be
it,
a
if
lot
only
better
they
next
didn't.
year.
If only they didn't have Justin Fields.
And
Well,
Fields
Falcons
definitely
will
like
use them better.
Fields like kind of threw this game.
Yeah, he's bad, but
It's not bad.
I don't know if I wanna
his
say
two
he's
picks.
bad.
His 2 picks were
Yeah.
both Hail Marys.
yeah.
Come on.
Joe Flacco, did you guys see like his contract? It's all like incentivized. So like every game he wins like 70. Every game he wins, he gets $75,000. I think if he wins the Super Bowl, he gets like $1 million or $2 million.
That's not enough.
That is not enough.
That what?
Well, but he'd get it for every game leading up to that too. So
Still though,
I feel like you should be getting more than 75 G's.
if you can bring this Browns team to the Super Bowl,
Yeah, seriously. You should
It's
be
a
getting,
good
like,
team.
You should be
You
should
getting
get, like,
half a
5
milli.
milli, bro.
this
Yeah.
Browns, I think you guys are sleeping on this Browns team, and you might.
I have him in my top 10. I had him last week.
I did too.
I
I had
but
him at, like,
that
8.
might not be enough.
this team
You
might
put
be a
in the
little.
Browns top 5?
We'll see.
No, you're not.
This team might be a little naughty. Is what I'm
This
thinking.
team's good.
Oh,
This
God.
team's good, and the Bears are better, way better than I thought
So-
they'd be at this point in the season.
True, I agree with that. I almost put the Bears on my top 10 last week. I don't think I mentioned that.
Wow.
Can I So we can all agree unequivocally that Joe Flacco is better than Deshaun Watson, right?
No, I do not
I
agree
would
with
say that.
No.
I guess you're outruled.
Deshaun Watson was hurt that whole time.
Guess you're outruled there,
I
buddy.
don't care. How many times did I win when I had solo picks anyways? I don't care.
All right. 9-7 Falcons Panthers. You guys want to talk about that?
No, we can skip this
All
one.
right, let's skip it.
This is gross.
Sorry, Panthers fan. Well, actually, Desmond Ridder got benched. That's about it.
Yeah, so Heineke,
He's not playing this week.
Heineke's starting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now the Falcons, they were just up one game in the NFC South 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago. Now they're one game behind.
Now Saints- is
the
it
Saints
Saints
and
or-
yeah, Saints
and
and
the
Bucks
Bucks?
are tied at 7-7, I
Gross.
think.
All right, now speaking of the Bucks, let's go there. 34-20. Bucks destroyed the Pack. Well, I shouldn't say destroyed. Beat them by 2 tutties. That's a pretty good game. Like, I feel like we've all been kind of high on the Packers and Jordan Love.
Nah,
And then
this guy.
Yeah.
Baker 4
I saw
touchdown.
This, I saw
Yeah.
that was actually my Smokin' Hot Take. I didn't say this one last week, but this was
Oh,
actually my
yeah.
other
Oh,
Smokin'
how
Hot Take.
convenient!
crazy
How
how that
convenient!
works.
Wow.
That's right.
Not only did he have 4 touchdowns, but Baker Mayfield is the only player besides Aaron Rodgers to have a perfect passer rating at Lambeau Field.
Wow.
Baker
Incredible.
Mayfield and Aaron Rodgers.
Incredible.
And I was gonna say too, guys, I don't think Matt LaFleur is actually that good in December.
I know the whole
He's 0-2. I don't
16
think.
0. Well,
I
he's
think-
16 2
I
now.
think it's
It was
getting a
funny.
little cold for him.
I was
or
watching
something.
before that game. They even brought up that stat again. They were like, "Oh man, Matt LaFleur is 16-1 in December," acting like he didn't just get that one last week.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right. I know.
they're gonna have
Now
to
he's
start
got
saying,
2
"Well,
in a
now
row.
he's 0-2 in
Yeah.
December in 2023."
I think now they're gonna start saying, "Oh, wait, where are these December wins coming?"
Yeah.
But yeah, the Packers. I think we got fooled by that 3-game win streak. They're just
Yeah.
inconsistent, but that does show, a ray of hope for next year.
Yeah,
would
I don't
say.
think this team was bad
I-
by any
Yeah,
means.
I think Jordan Love's the dude in
How often was I saying that? And
Green Bay.
I was like, why is this team getting the treatment that the Houston Texans? The Houston Texans were getting a good treatment, and Green Bay Packers are a very similar team, and you guys were like, Packers suck. Jordan Love sucks.
Because
So
he was
now
playing
he's
like
the dude.
Because he was playing like
Now
a
he's
poop
the
poop.
dude.
He was playing like
Huh?
poop. That's why. He wasn't. I mean, let's be honest. His first half of the season was not good.
Well, I still saw it.
Yeah,
I
what'd
still
you
saw
see?
what was there.
What'd you see? Break it down for us.
No, I already talked about it enough.
Okay. Well, I don't. Here's what I'm saying. I think Mayfield should be a long starter somewhere,
A long starter.
like 3 years. Give him a 3-year contract. Somebody's got to give him a 3-year contract. A
Why
deal.
not the Bucks then?
Sure. Why not? I don't hate it. He's the best quarterback in that division.
Yeah, unquestionably.
Is
Best
better than Carr?
quarterback.
You like him better than Carr?
Yeah,
Yeah, Baker's pretty good.
I wouldn't say.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's a starter too. Like,
Yeah.
you could plug him in other teams, and
I didn't believe it at first.
He can just chuck it. He's kind of like a slightly better Jameis Winston.
I mean,
Kinda just chucks it down.
it's
the field
honestly,
and-
I think we kind of forgot about it because it's honestly kind of similar. Like when he was on the Browns the year they like won 10 games, went to the playoffs. Like he's pretty good that year. And then
Yeah.
I think we kind of wrote him off quickly. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
you just hate Baker Mayfield.
You
don't
do.
you?
Not
was-
not anymore.
that was not a convincing.
No, he was a. He was just
like
like,
a-
shut up already.
It's my boy!
He doesn't mean
We
that.
saved that for Andrews. He doesn't mean that. Yeah. All right, let's go to the Jets Dolphins. Dolphins flopped all over the Jets on this one.
Yeah,
Kind of sus. 30-0. And I mean, good lord, Mostert.
Yeah, I expected a better game out of the Jets. After what we saw last week, I was a little worried about picking the Dolphins. I wanted to be the Jets upset guy.
I feel like we always are worried about Jets making an upset, and then anytime we feel that way, they get blown out.
Yeah.
fair.
I mean,
Yeah.
ugh.
I feel like the Dolphins made a statement here. Like, they just kind of blew him out, shut him out.
Can you make a statement against the Jets?
I
though?
think
defense,
so.
yeah.
I think a
Trevor
divisional
Siemian.
opponent. They scored 30 without Tyreek Hill. Although I looked at their yard, they only had 290 total yards. They didn't do a lot. I think.
Free Jalen Waddle.
Dude, he looked great.
He's an alpha.
That's what I said.
Him and Higgins are going to go get new deals. Actually, no, they're going to keep Waddle.
Waddle will stick around.
Because Hill's going to leave.
Yeah, Waddle will stick around.
What were you saying?
I don't know.
Sorry.
I was really cut off.
No, dude.
Sorry,
Waddle was dicing Sasa.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened last game, too. I believe.
Sauce tried to dump his load on him, and it just froze from the ice of being a Penguin. You know what I mean?
Dear God. I'm pretty sure Waddle also went off last game they played. Against the
Like
Jets.
Dolphins, Jets. I don't know.
Yeah. So.
I don't know. But they definitely still missed Tyreek, though. I mean, only 290 yards. I think Tua had like 230 passing or something.
Is
like that.
Tua a system QB?
Kind of.
know.
And is Raheem Mostert a system running back?
That's all great questions.
Because he's got, 19 touchdowns on the season.
Yeah.
And he had 18 for his whole career coming into the season.
Tua's not that good.
But I mean, we've seen this happen. Like, I mean, he's really good. He was really good on the 49ers like a few years ago now. I think the year they went to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, like he was their leading running back. He's really good.
And will he have 5 more against the Cowboys this week?
Do we
Well,
know
let me tell you, the Dolphins, they're licking their chops watching James Cook do that to us. So I don't know. Yeah, it's a little scary. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll move on. I don't think we need to talk about the Jets at all. They're officially done. Oh, did you see? Actually, I do want to say Aaron Rodgers
yeah.
came out and he said, he's like, I don't think I'm ready
he's
to
like,
be medically.
He's like, I know it
What
could be
a
100% medically
bozo.
cleared, but it doesn't mean I'm cleared to play football.
I think that's obvious. You know what? Did you guys always think we'd see him at this point?
No.
Like,
No, but
Well,
what a
if they were,
bozo, dude.
maybe if they had a
Yeah.
shot and their O line didn't look like
I
this.
think he was also going on about how he thinks he's going to play into his 40s. So if like I honestly think that Aaron Rodgers thinks that he can play like
Isn't he 38?
5 more years or something. You know, that's what he's picturing.
I
right
mean,
now.
well,
it's a lot of time.
to be fair, this year was kind of a wash. Yes, you tear
Yeah.
your Achilles, but everything else was. You didn't get that wear and tear you normally would.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
maybe it kind of
It could be a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Like,
And nowadays with the medicine we got now, I bet his Achilles is probably stronger than it was before he
right,
tore it.
right,
So
right. And he's basically just rested a year.
Yeah.
Kinda, he's studying that playbook. He's learning about his
he's
teammates.
taking some more trips, some
Yeah.
ayahuasca.
Yeah, I was
And then
gonna
after
say-
they make that Devontae Adams trade,
Yeah, and some O line
good.
trade, they might go get David Bakhtiari or whatever.
oh god, it's just gonna be like the Packers retirement club.
Yeah.
just inject some of that ayahuasca in that ace or that Achilles, and
Yeah.
he's feeling good. Maybe that's what the special surgery was. They put ayahuasca in his body.
Could be.
He's got plenty already.
Yeah. All right, let's go Chiefs Patriots. The battle of the two former Golden Boy teams. 27-17.
A lot closer than you thought.
Yeah, I thought this was gonna be a complete blowout.
I thought they
I
were
mean, 10
just,
points is a comfortable win, but
Are the
not-
Chiefs
well,
fraudulent guys?
Yes.
The frauds.
Those will be
Put them
coming
up with
later.
the boys and the Eagles.
You just
Yeah, you might
looked
have
into
to.
my future.
Yeah, I was gonna say obviously they won this game, but Kadarius Toney cost him another interception. Did you guys see that?
I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't
I
see. I
saw-
heard about it. What?
I saw
could you
Mahomes
break it
freak
down?
out.
So it was kind of like a short pass. I only saw it once, but it was like a short pass. He bobbles it. There's 2 defenders in front of him, and then one of them
Oh.
gets it. And I think it was in Patriots territory. So I mean, a costly interception.
So he's off the team.
At what
next
point?
year,
Okay,
right?
I was saying I was gonna take that a step further. At what point do you just cut him right now?
Yeah.
Like I feel like maybe they feel like they made this commitment to him, and they're like, well, it's gotta show, or maybe they feel like they don't have enough depth. But
Yeah.
like at what point, like this guy is already costing.
Well-
C-Dubs kind of broke this down in his last episode. That the wide receivers have been costing them games. Tony's cost him 2. This one, another big mistake. Obviously, they still won, but
Yeah, and Sky Moore just got placed on the IR though, so
yeah, I feel like
hard to
they don't have depth. But
kill somebody.
Kadarius Toney sucks. Like
Yeah.
they gotta not keep him out of the game. I don't know why you keep giving him chances.
I mean, he is an electric type player when he does everything right. It's just that he does everything wrong
Yeah.
about 90% of the time.
Right.
I just think his this archetype of these small, these tiny wide receivers who just don't I just feel like they don't do anything. Like the Seahawks have D. Eskridge, who we also took in the first round. I haven't seen that guy do one play except a kickoff return.
Well,
So I just
But at least he's not doing all these negative plays, though.
that's because he doesn't get to see the field. So
Right.
maybe take a page out of Pete Carroll's
Right,
book.
right.
And they're also Chiefs really missed Pacheco in this one. I feel like that run game, Pacheco just really opens up the run game.
That's
for
true.
them.
They-
And Edwards-Helaire doesn't do it.
Yeah, they can't really do much. Yeah.
And McKinnon is McKinnon had his 3 glory games last year, but other than that, he hasn't really.
Yeah.
really done it anything.
And, yeah, and I was gonna say too, like now that Denver's lost, now Kansas City, we were just saying
They're kind of gonna breeze into it.
Yeah, they're 2 games up now with 3 to go. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been cool seeing Rashi Rice really blow up too.
Yeah, he's been. Really
yeah.
good.
91 yards. Like at first he had a lot of drops at the beginning of the season. Now he's 9 catches, 9 targets. Like
I think
he's gonna be the dude
Yeah.
for them for a while.
He's
I
really
like
good.
that.
Yeah, and then hopefully
Kelsey though.
Yeah, but I mean
Downfall.
that's a Patriots thing. Like they take away your best guy.
He's been on the downfall for quite a while.
You think he's
now.
gonna retire? Just go get married to T Swifty and then just go live in like
I think what's gonna happen.
South America or something.
We're gonna see a Tom Brady and Giselle type thing where Swift's gonna ask him to retire, and he's gonna say, "No, I have one more year," and then they're gonna break up because of it.
Conspiracy theories.
Just saying.
Taylor Swift theories on Shmokin Hot Takes. Heard it here first. Smoking Hot Taylor Swift take.
I completely disagree. I think all the retirement talk is. I think he's gonna play like. I don't want to say 5 more years, but at least 3. I think he's gonna.
I don't think he would end on this type of season.
He's gonna play 3 more.
But
years.
I could see maybe max 2 more. I don't know about.
I think he's gonna try and get one more ring. And then be done.
Especially if his brother retires too, kind of soon.
Fair,
So.
but he loves playing though.
Does he?
But they're not getting a ring. They're not getting a ring this year.
They could.
No,
Let's not write him
I
off
agree.
yet.
No.
But
If they do, it is so rigged.
I am
So
And
rigged.
dude, now that they're getting fined, Andy Reid got fined $100,000,
Which is hilarious.
Mahomes
I
got
don't.
fined $50.
You can't
Yeah.
talk. You can't talk about officiating because you get fined. Like, how dumb is that?
Okay, to be fair though, they were talking
They
out
said
of their
some
asses.
stupid shit.
I mean,
yeah.
that's true, but they are getting on social media, like, everyone's criticizing them for that anyways. Why do they need to be fined for that? It's
I
like,
don't know.
you
It's
cannot
just-
talk bad about the officiating. Like, that looks even worse
That's
for the
also a
league,
lot
I
of
I
money.
think.
That's true. The
$100,000.
punishment is kind of unnecessary. You're right. I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, $100,000 to them is like a
I
drop
know.
in the bucket.
I know, but still, even
Come on. That's like a $10. That's like $10 to us.
like a McDonald's trip.
Yeah.
Go
It's
on
like
to
a speeding.
McDonald's.
It's like a $60 parking ticket to us,
Yeah.
dude.
All right. Okay. How about the Texans and Titans?
Yeah.
Texans, 19-16. You guys were on the tits.
Well, only I was.
No, I had the Texans. I think. Didn't I?
Only I had the Titans.
Did you, K-Dog?
I believe I did.
Yeah, you guys had the Texans.
I think somehow you accidentally ate your own homework and rewrote it out as...
No. I remember this
Texans.
because I thought that C.J. Stroud was playing.
Yeah,
I think. Thankfully, we saw Case Keenum over Davis Mills. I don't think
Davis
the result
Mills
would have
would've
been the
made it
same.
even
Man,
better.
I thought I was flying into a dub when I saw our boy Molden from UW. I sent a little text to you guys. I said, "Hey, UW player just got pick 6 for the Titans." Molden.
When did he play? I don't remember him.
He was there when
we were
no,
there?
I think
Oh,
it was
we were
a
there?
couple years after we graduated. So I think during the COVID years.
The dark age.
But yeah, I was like, oh man, we're up 13-0. I got money on this game. I even doubled down money on this game.
No, from
And
what?
then,
From a previous win?
yeah, from the Bengals game.
Oh.
And then it goes into overtime for whatever reason. I was still sweating, you know. I was like, well, I at least thought I could get it in overtime. And then I just lose, man. What's going on? Texans beating the Titans without Stroud, and Levis and Derrick Henry just beat the Dolphins.
Well,
I mean-
we talked about how they just got lucky that game, right? And I mean, the Titans just suck.
I don't think-
And
The Titans are awful.
And how about that? Everyone, C-Dubs mentioned it. I've heard a bunch of people talk about how Derrick Henry just goes off against the Texans.
He wasn't going to do it.
He had 16 carries for 9 yards.
I think we all knew this team's different.
How
This
is
Texan
that
team is
possible?
different. The defense
Yeah, but this was like, not only did he not have a good game, he had a horrible game.
I mean,
probably
it was-
one of the worst of his
he just
career.
used up all of his good juju against these
If you
guys.
guys
I
were
guess
given
so.
the ball 16 times, could you get 9 yards?
If Derrick Henry couldn't get more than that, I am definitely not going to get
Yeah.
more than that.
Yeah.
That team. So I watched this game.
Maybe
it
behind
wasn't
the
his
Lions
fault.
O-line, or in
Maybe.
that maybe in that Colts
But
system.
it's just not his fault. Like, people are saying, oh, he's washed. Well, no, he's not. They were meeting him in the backfield every play. That O-line was just ass. Derrick Henry is not washed. If he had gotten any chance to break free, he would have housed these balls into the end zone. Come on.
Yeah, when Will Levis is throwing to Hopkins 9 times and he only catches 2, then you kind of know that, yeah, the passing game's not really working, so let's just give it to Henry the whole time. I just don't know why they don't,
Hopkins had some bad drops, too.
Did he? Okay, well. I mean, we should just drop this whole Titans team because they all stink.
That's fine.
Let's get rid of them. Where do you even go from here? They don't even have any building blocks. Oh.
They're getting rid of Henry. I hope Henry, so I have him on my own dynasty team. That's why I'm so,
Okay, do you think they should have
upset.
traded him?
Yes.
At the deadline.
And Hopkins should have left too.
Hopkins.
But Henry's definitely going to go to like Baltimore or the Eagles next year or something. And it's going to be amazing.
I hope he doesn't go to Baltimore because it's probably going to tear his ACL if he does.
Well, Gus Edwards is... I'm not even going to
Don't
finish
put that in the air. I got him on my fantasy
So I might need
team.
to start him next
Don't
week.
put that in the air. All right. Well, Titans stink. They're done for the season.
Yep.
Although, good Lord, they might be able to give the Hawks a run for their money in Tennessee.
Perhaps.
I might have a little something to
All
say
right.
about
Let's
that.
go to the... I don't even think we need to talk about this game much. Niners, Cardinals. I mean, other than good Lord.
Trey
McCaffrey.
McBride's amazing.
McCaffrey's amazing.
Oh.
The other white guy.
Why
Speaking
is-
of which, did you guys see there's some former NFL player that tweeted out today that he's basically like we should have an all-white team versus all-black Pro Bowl.
Who said
What?
that?
Who
said
said
that?
that?
Rashawn Mendel or something like that.
Oh.
He's like he used to be like a
Rashad
running-
Mendenhall?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mendenhall.
yeah. He was like a Steelers
Yeah.
running back, I think.
Yeah, he was like, I'm tired of all you white boys talking
Oh.
like you know more than I do. It was
Oh,
like,
God.
damn, that hits home.
I mean,
Wow.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I did not hear about
It
that.
was funny though because I was watching a little clip and some people were like, "Well, the white people got the tight end position locked down."
That's true, bro. And McCaffrey.
That was funny. Anywho, all right,
McCaffrey should be
MVP.
MVP. Like, I don't get it.
I think at this point
I don't
he's
get it.
definitely
He's not
offensive player of the year.
Yeah, for sure.
I think over Hill.
Yeah.
Because Hill got hurt. It's kind of hard for him
Yeah.
to continue his.
Yeah.
But even if he didn't get hurt, I mean, he might get 2,000 yards. It's just McCaffrey's just that team.
right.
He's just such a.
It's just, it seems so obvious.
know.
Yeah. You know what else was obvious? The 49ers winning the NFC West, which they did after this game.
Did they?
They did.
I don't think that's possible. I think the Hawks.
I think that
division
division's still pretty soft. I
Kind
don't
of,
know. I think the
kind of
Seahawks might be able to-
strange. Kind of strange. We had two people pick the Seahawks, but you know.
That's okay. Those are different times.
Yeah. Right. Sure.
That was when we expected Geno to play at any sort of caliber that he did last year.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, when you drop 2 games, both games to the Niners and both games to the Rams, it's pretty hard to win the division. Huh?
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Speaking of those Rams, going
Oh,
on
you
next
want to
game?
just
or
move
did you
on?
have?
I
Oh,
was,
did you
I
have
was just
something?
gonna ask you guys about Murray, but yeah, it's fine.
So I like Murray still. I still think he's gonna be fine. He's just coming back from a season-ending injury. He's getting his feet back under him. You know, this was a wash season anyways.
Yeah, it's a bad team.
Yeah, he's not gonna be playing out of his mind because even if he did, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Was Marquise Brown inactive this game?
No.
That's crazy. He had no targets.
Trey McBride is him.
Yes, Marquise Brown turned into Trey McBride or something like that. I don't.
Trey McBride ate Marquise Brown for his
Yeah,
power.
McBride's a beast. Top 3 tight end next year.
I think he is gonna cement himself as the
next new Kelsey.
Yeah,
He's gonna steal Taylor Swift from him.
I think so.
Wow.
No, he's gonna get Dua Lipa.
Oh, even way better.
Way
That's
better.
an upgrade.
That's right.
That's an upgrade. Or what about Sydney Sweeney?
No comment.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Rams Commanders. Well, Rams looking like a top 10 team, don't
How
we?
about
agree?
those
28-20?
Commanders, huh?
Commanders. Well, the Commanders got rammed.
They lost by 1 possession, dude. No.
It's a little misleading, right? Because didn't the Commanders get one in garbage time? It was kind of like
No.
It wasn't close.
They got it, I think, with like 4 minutes. They scored,
Yeah.
made it 20-28 with about 4 minutes. Then they tried to kick it onside, which I don't really understand. So you give the Rams the ball,
Yeah.
and then it just kind of went downhill from
Yeah.
there. But it was a closer game than you might have thought it would have been.
Yeah.
Especially early on, because I thought they were going to get smoked early.
And it's kind of crazy how Terry McLaurin like actually starts getting big plays and big yards when
Brissett, yep.
he has a reasonable QB.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys. It's not that hard. Like, it's just look at your number 1 option. And if it's not there, then throw the ball away. That's basically all you got to do.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Jacoby Brissett, you said that, who'd you say, Nick Mullins is one of the best backups in the league. I don't know if I agree with that, but I think you could say that about Jacoby Brissett. He's pretty good.
I think Jacoby's like a Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd probably go like Browning, Minshew, Deshaun Watson,
Sorry, you were saying
Jacoby
something.
Brissett.
Finish your thought.
Oh, no, that wasn't my thought.
Oh, you're done?
Yeah.
Oh. Which is funny because Brissett.
Now we
just
let
missed
Prophet
your
Jay
joke.
finish his.
Oh, what'd you say?
No, I'm not going to say. Go back and listen to the episode.
Jacoby
Oh, God.
Brissett and Gardner Minshew both played for the Colts at the same time, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right, I don't want to talk about this game anymore. I want to talk about the boys.
Ah.
All right, K-Dog. 31.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Which one? Which one are we even
All right,
talking
K-Dog.
about?
Let's hear your
Alright.
cope.
I don't know. I mean, it's just disappointing. This is like what I'm used to. Like the Cowboys, they cannot for the life of them. If they do get a good win, like they did against the Eagles, they can't be consistent.
But
Like, it's always got to. And not only were they not consistent, they didn't just lose. They looked awful. Like they just got blown out. And just I don't know. You know, Dak couldn't do a thing. All that talk about him being MVP, that's over. You know.
You think that got to him?
I don't know. I think I don't know. I mean, they were just like completely overmatched.
Yeah.
I feel like the Cowboys are just not clutch. They get into these tough games and they always fail to meet the expectations.
It does seem like that, yeah. And then you'd hope, but after seeing them beat the Eagles, they got a good win over the Seahawks. I was like, well, maybe
a good win over the Seahawks.
I don't know.
An expected
true,
win.
but like you win a close game like that over. And honestly, what some of us would call a top 10 team. Apparently, not me, but
I've been saying that for weeks. I'll own it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it says a lot about the Bills, but it also says something about the Cowboys too. I mean, it's hard to be confident about this team. This is pretty much exactly what they looked like when they played the 49ers, and that's who they're going to have to get past in the playoffs. So
yeah, potentially the Hawks.
There's no reason.
Scared of those guys.
Well,
I'd be scared.
There's just I'm going to just ignore that. There's no reason to be optimistic when you have the 49ers and the Cowboys look like this against a team similar to that, as far as like the defense just being able to overwhelm them, being able to run the ball,
Yeah. I think with teams like these, like the two we saw play, the Bills and the Cowboys, you kind of got to take their records away. Like as you approach the playoffs, like these two teams are probably playoff teams. But you got to look at what type of momentum they have going into the playoffs. Like nobody is going to be wanting to play the Bills right now.
No.
I think everybody is going to say, "Oh, the Cowboys, huh? We like that matchup." That's like with the college football playoffs. It's like nobody wants to play Bama.
Yeah.
Everybody would love to play probably Texas or Michigan.
No,
not UW
though.
though.
Everyone wants to play UW.
No,
what I think is a key about the Bills right now too is like the past couple of years they've had very, very high expectations. People are picking them to go to the Super Bowl, etc. They didn't live up to that. Now this year, people, including us, had kind of written them off and like, the Bills aren't that good. And now they're kind of thriving. Like I feel like maybe they're better in that underdog mentality when they don't have the pressure on them.
You remember when the Eagles won the Super Bowl fairly recently with like Nick Foles and stuff?
Yeah, right.
They had
that underdog.
The whole underdog persona going on, the masks.
I think that helps.
Very
I think that helps. I don't know. Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
Prophet?
Anything from you, Prophet?
Wait, why are we calling you Prophet? You didn't earn that title.
Yeah, I got this game wrong. I got this one wrong. I mean, the only thing I just found so interesting was just like unprecedented usage for James Cook. I mean, that was just wild. He got 25 carries. I don't think you'll ever see a game again where Josh Allen only throws 7 times. So I'll be curious to see and I'm curious to know why. Like, what did what's his name? Joe Brady. He's the OC for, I think that's his name, for the Buffalo Bills. Why did he do that versus the boys? Like, is your run D just trash?
I mean,
Parsons went out, and then
our run D has always been kind of suspect the past couple of years. If there's there's one weakness on that defense, it is the run defense. But I think a lot of times you don't notice that because the Cowboys, they play these bad teams and blow them out, and these other teams aren't running the ball. So I think a lot of times you don't notice. But when they play a team like the 49ers, they play a team like the Bills in this one, you definitely notice, and it's a big problem.
Makes me nervous for you guys next week against Mostert and Achane.
I know, exactly. And they also lost the Cowboys. They lost Jonathan Hankins, their starting defensive tackle, a week ago. So I think that was a factor too.
Yeah. Anything about Parsons? Did you see that play?
I didn't.
Where you got rolled up on?
No, because I was late. I didn't
know if you saw it. Maybe
I didn't see a replay, but I did see he came back into the game.
Yeah.
My dad texted me today. He thinks the Cowboys should trade Micah Parsons. I was like, oh my god, he's given up on it.
Can we get him on the pod? Shmokin Hot Takes.
I think so. He's like, I know. I was like, that's what I thought too. But I think he, if you watch the Cowboys games, Micah Parsons does not show up in these games, in these big games, like in big moments. He doesn't show up like some other players do. I think that's what frustrates my dad. I don't think they should trade him, but I think he does have a point though.
It's pretty reactionary.
I would say so.
Yeah.
But you do.
The Hawks will take him.
Yeah.
We'll
Well, maybe
give you
for
Drew
like
Lock.
3 first-round picks or something.
No, Drew
we'll
Lock.
do it.
Drew Lock's a fair trade.
I think Micah, if hypothetically, he could get at least 2 first-rounders, right?
Yeah.
I would think so.
Nah,
And Jamal Adams got 2 first-rounders.
Okay, well, I mean, he was playing out of his mind back then. Yeah, not. I don't know. Yeah, boys. I don't know if they're the boys. They're the children. The
We shall see. Like I said, they played Dolphins, Lions.
We
We're
did
gonna see.
kids.
We're gonna see how they bounce back, but I'm not feeling too good,
I'm not
especially
either.
against the Dolphins.
I'm not either. All right, let's go to the Sunday Night Football. Ravens Jaguars 23-7. Ravens take this dub. You want to hit that drop?
Nope.
All right,
Saving that one.
Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
How do we feel about him?
How do you feel?
Do you guys
about
want to know how I
You're
feel about
priming us or something.
Well, he completed 14 passes, 171 yards, and a pick. That's it. That's all he did.
Yeah.
He's not a top QB in this league. He's a top running back. And I will continue. I mean, he got 97 yards on the ground. Like, that's incredible. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, he's a great player, but I
I don't know.
I don't think they're ever going to win a Super Bowl with him at the helm.
You just spoke it into existence. I hope you know that.
I've always thought that as well, but I've always thought that his whole career because of everything you said. But this year, I feel a little different just because that Ravens, their defense is so good now. I think it's probably the best defense Lamar has had on that team. And then the AFC, they just, it seems like the Ravens are the obvious team. Like, it doesn't seem like who's going to come out of the AFC. So I think because of circumstances, the Ravens could be making a Super Bowl push.
I see it, and I think Lamar's going to poop all over you and throw for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
Wow.
And he's also going to run for 300 yards.
Oh, God.
No,
he's
but
going
I
to
think
set the record
I
for
could see-
passing yards in a Super Bowl.
I could see
or
him
something.
just going off just in spite of you.
I am the curse king. So
Well, we do know people listen to this pod that are higher up than us. We talked about that recently.
did we?
A little P.
Yeah, you're right.
T.
PMT. I'm calling you out, PMT. We know what you're doing. Maybe they took the TikTok handle secretly.
Dude, maybe.
All right, you guys want to talk about the Jaguars? Are they kind of just dead now? Like,
I think
I mean, they're in first, right? But they don't really look like they're in first.
I think they could, tread water to the playoffs, maybe win a game or two. But I think they're kind of done. Like, I don't know. I don't see them beating. I mean, obviously they didn't really
like they're tied with the Colts now and the Texans for that division.
Yeah,
it's almost
there's a
like-
world where they miss the playoffs.
It's almost
for
like
sure.
the NFC South. Those type of teams.
Yeah, but it feels better though.
Yeah, a
for
little
sure.
bit.
Well, a little bit, but not a lot, dude.
I think
Like,
it's significantly
like they
better.
play
Their
the
record
Bucks.
might not show it.
They
but-
play the Bucks, the Panthers, which that's a losable game, and the Titans. All right, they're getting in, but I just don't. I think they're going to get in and lose the first round.
I think so too.
Like regardless of who they play.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Just like T-Law, I mean, he might be still nursing the injury, but I just don't. He's just not doing it right now, man.
Yeah. C-Dub's MVP, huh?
K-Dog's MVP.
I mean, K-Dog.
Oh,
We can put it on C-Dubs.
it was.
That's fine
It was
with me.
your MVP.
It was.
Oh God.
Tough. Although, is he better than Tua right now? Definitely not going to be Jalen.
No, Tua's
Thank God.
Tua's clearly Tua's clearly playing better.
It still could be hurt.
Jalen is not getting it.
No, Jalen. It's not Jalen Hurts.
It could still be hurt.
He's
No,
not.
that's over.
It could
It's
still be
going to be
Hurts.
Brock Purdy unless something weird happens. I
Yeah,
think.
that's crazy.
Yeah, you crazy. All right, you know who's crazy? HCL Drew Lock, baby. 2017. Eagles and Seahawks.
Sweet victory. That was our Super Bowl,
Yeah.
K-Dog, right?
Yeah.
No, our
It's
Super
pretty-
Bowl is going to be the real Super Bowl.
It's pretty rare that I'm as happy about a Seahawks win as I am about this one, but it would have felt so much better if the Cowboys had somehow won on Sunday, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, how are you guys feeling? Is this
I mean,
the
we talked
first
about
step
it.
to the playoffs?
I was honestly shocked. Like, I truly didn't think after, like, we just weren't getting Metcalf involved at all. And on defense, we had so many injuries. Like, Witherspoon wasn't playing. Adams wasn't active. Like, they kept saying, like,
They
Tariq
benched
Woolen.
Woolen.
Woolen's just not playing anymore because
Well,
apparently
they
he's just
benched
a, yeah.
And then he
he's
came
just
back
a
in.
lazy bum.
They
And then
came
he came back in, then he went back out.
He went back out?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, wow.
So, I would love to kind of have some insight into what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, Mike Jackson was actually stepped up and looked okay, and like honestly, like Julian Love, like he's kind of looking like a sneaky. He's a corner, right? Or is he? No, he's a corner. Yeah, he's kind of looking like our sneaky best corner, maybe other than Witherspoon. But I've been talking Love up all year, and you guys are like, who's that?
Right.
So
Back when I thought he was.
This is my boy!
I used to think
That's
he
my
was.
boy.
I used to think you were talking about Jordan Love, and that you were confused.
sorry about that. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Although, you know what infuriates me is just like, I feel like, and it doesn't really show in the stats line, but when I was watching the game, I felt like on third down, like every Eagles wide receiver was just wide open, like just easy, just converting every time. And but then you look at the Hurts line, he's threw for 143 yards.
I think early on I was a little worried because we heard about this flu game Hurts is going to have here.
Yeah.
And first thing he does is does a quarterback keeper and runs it for like 15 yards. I was like, oh no. This is Michael Jordan all over again.
Yeah.
But we were able to kind of bottle him up. I mean, maybe it was the flu getting to him or whatever, but he was just making some bad decisions.
When has there ever been another flu game? Other than Mikey J's.
Oh, Mikey? You guys on like a nickname basis?
We go back. But can you think of a flu game otherwise? I can't.
Not off the top of my head. No.
Definitely.
I'm sure there's other examples out there, but
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, that's a good point though. Not that we can think of.
Yeah. I mean,
I was gonna say like as an outsider,
Yeah.
I'm not in your little Seahawks club, but
oh, you are.
But
Unofficially.
from my perspective, like I think the Seahawks winning this game, it's just like the Pete Carroll effect. I know you guys are tired of him for certain reasons. And
I'm
that's
not tired.
fully
I love
justified.
Pete Carroll.
He
Really?
kind of restored my...
Well, okay. Well, a lot of there's a lot of like talk about he's too old fashioned, etc.
I think he is.
But like he has the ability to like really elevate their team. I feel like
it's all
on
about
paper,
vibes.
like the Eagles are. Well, it seems like they're a much better team, right? But the Seahawks are still able to win this game. Seems like over Pete's tenure, they're able to win games like this, regardless of whether maybe they're the better team.
The remaining 3 games we have, very, very winnable games. You got the Titans, the Steelers, and I believe...
Is it the Cards?
The Cardinals.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
we went out. We're in.
yeah.
we're
Well,
in
this
the
was a big
playoffs.
win because now you have some momentum.
That's
and,
right.
Playing 3 probably inferior teams. So.
That's right.
Pete Carroll just feels like, if you guys ever played those like fantasy games where like you're in a group setting and you're like going through dungeons, he's like the bard. Yeah, exactly. He's the bard that like plays it. He just kind of gives like the boost to his people. Like he's just got that like that power effect. Like just makes you play better.
Yeah.
So
I agree. And I think once we get in the playoffs, man, just gotta take one game at a
anything
time.
Can happen.
One game at a time, and we'll probably be playing the Rams.
Give me the boys.
I'll take it.
I want a rematch.
I'm down.
And
I do too.
Is Drew Lock our starter? Are we okay with Drew Lock being our starter if they announce that he's like the guy?
I'm okay with it.
I think so too.
But
I think he's only gonna get better.
I think we give Geno one more half. We start him for one more half.
If he doesn't throw for 500 yards, you're benched.
Well, we just see how he does. If he can, we see how he does. He beats the Titans. Okay, you get another half.
I think
Something like
my
that.
perspective, I think Geno, what Geno is.
But-
Give Drew Lock a chance. You're not going to win
No.
the Super Bowl with Geno Smith. Not that you're probably not going to with Drew Lock either. But
I think
at least
you
it's
have better
at least it's somewhat of a
odds.
wild card.
you have better odds of
Eli
winning.
Manning won the Super Bowl.
He was
as
a great.
9-7
Don't
team.
Foles
don't compare him
won
to
a
Super
Geno
Bowl.
Smith. Those
Why?
are such different.
I'm
Players.
just saying. You just said you can't win a Super Bowl with a team like this. Yes, you can. The Giants did it twice.
Well, they were a better team than the Seahawks are.
I think
mean, I'm just saying all you gotta do is get in the playoffs, and then you can play the Rams, and then guess what? You're probably gonna play the Cowboys, which is a pretty good matchup for you. And as I say you, I mean the Seahawks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You guys have really changed your tune after losing.
I mean,
a couple weeks ago.
a
It's
win-
almost like we're on the same cycle as the boys.
It doesn't take much. Yeah, it doesn't take much to get these guys going.
But because we have such a nice schedule coming up,
Yeah.
and the playoffs just like it's like fantasy football. You just got to get into those playoffs.
I agree.
Then magic happens.
Anything can happen.
All right.
You know what? Honestly,
I don't know what I'm speechless.
We're gonna have a big bet when we play
I'm
the Cowboys
speechless.
in the playoffs this year.
I'd love to see it. Well, let me think.
Two
That's
shotguns.
probably not going to happen though, because they're both going to be
Think so?
wild card teams. So it would have
The
to
Cowboys
be.
would be. Oh.
It would have to be
Wait,
the NFC
why would the
Championship, probably.
you think you're calling for a Cowboys loss?
Yeah, why would the
then?
Cowboys
Oh.
be a wild card?
Because you're calling
Because
for a
the
loss.
Eagles have the advantage. If the Eagles have an easier schedule.
Oh, so you are calling for
but-
losses.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Cowboys. Yeah.
Wow.
That the Cowboys in this
Doomer
game.
Cowboys.
No, I'm talking about the
Doomer.
rest of this season.
Doomer,
It's just
bro.
realistic. The Cowboys probably have like a 10% chance of the
Wow.
of the
We done
SEs.
boys. We done boys.
It's just the
I'm sending
facts.
this.
It's
I'm
just
sending
the
this
schedule.
to Cowboys
Oh my
Nation,
gosh.
and they're gonna ostracize
Well, anyone
you
who
for being
thinks
a
anyone who
fan.
thinks the Cowboys are going to win the NFC East right now are foolish.
I'm sending this
like,
to
it's
Papa,
very like
Papa K-Dog.
he wouldn't think so. He'd probably be more adamant about it than me.
all right.
Anyway, should we
Let's
do
move
our picks recap for the week for all 16
Sure.
games? Coop, he's won again. He won 12-4 this week. That's an impressive week.
No way. Are we sure you didn't go back and
he
change
did.
things? 'Cause
I didn't-
listen- No, it's not.
I didn't verify, but you know,
No, I wouldn't do that. You got
Prophet Jay and I went 10-6.
Still
Okay,
pretty
that's a
respectable.
good week.
Yeah.
So
Did Coop overtake me now, or am I tied?
he
with him?
did. So he's one game up
God
over
damn.
Prophet Jay, and I'm still 2 ahead of Coop.
So I'm
It's
3
so
behind you.
close.
It's so close.
Look
Yeah,
how
you're
close.
3 behind.
Which is
just
kind
neck
of
and neck.
shocking to me.
Yeah.
That all three of us have picked so well that we're within 3 games of each other.
Yeah.
That's nice. You don't see that type of stuff.
Yeah,
I was looking at.
It is.
I was looking
And
at.
we've been pretty different, like
We
throughout
have.
the whole season.
But I was looking at like the pro, like what do you call them? The experts picks, and like K Dog's been leading us this whole time, and you've been like much better than those guys too.
But
Like we all have collectively been better than.
But it
the
also kind of
experts.
averages out though, because I feel like I'm kind of on a downswing recently, but I don't know.
Still though, I mean,
But yeah, it is interesting how like through so many games we're like all within 4 games of each other. It's kind of strange.
yeah. So it's coming down the wire. Yeah.
I'm on the hunt, baby. I'm still coming. All right.
Best pick of the week. I know you guys were just being homers, but I'm gonna give it to the picking the Seahawks over the Eagles.
Well, it was what, a 5.5
it
point
was
spread.
I think the biggest upset of the week.
It was a 5.5 point spread, so
Nice.
it wasn't
take it.
huge, but yeah, I'll
take
take
it.
it.
Yeah.
Anytime a Seahawks dub, gets in, we'll be happy about that. So yeah, so should we move on? Or you guys want to take a quick break?
Yeah. Let's take
Yeah,
a
let's
quick
take a little break.
Welcome back to Shmokin Hot Takes. And we're getting into a new segment, a special segment that you will never hear again for the rest of your life, except maybe next year when we do Christmas again. It's called Naughty or Nice. Now, K-Dog, do you want to talk about what naughty or nice is?
I think Coop should. He's
All right, Coop,
this
you
was
talk about
his,
not-
This was
Okay, I'll talk about what
this was
naughty or
his
nice
idea.
is.
Oh,
All right, so we each picked 2 teams from the NFC, right? And 2 teams from the AFC.
Yeah.
1 team is nice. 1 team is naughty.
I think you got it wrong. You're supposed to pick 4 for each, naughty and nice. 2 of each
2
for each.
2 are nice. 2 are naughty from each conference. Did you not pick the right?
Well, this is a darn shame.
It's been some miscommunication, I guess. You
That's
can
right.
add it on the fly though.
That's fine. I'll do it on the
you
fly.
know, you can. do
Well,
it.
we're gonna be covering a lot of the same teams.
Right. We're gonna
imagine.
repeat. Right.
So, yeah.
Basically, and they're not necessarily playoff teams right now. They're just, or what do we think are contenders, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the criteria.
So, I guess I'll just start off. I'll just name
Sure.
one naughty team from my list this
Oh,
year. I
we'll
think
start
they
with a naughty.
are
Okay.
kind of naughty.
Okay.
They've been a little naughty this year.
Okay.
And I got the Chiefs.
Mm.
I think this is a naughty team going into the playoffs. They're kind of on a skid. You know, they got on the bad list with the officiating now that they are talking that schmack.
They're getting coal for Christmas.
They're getting some coal from the officials. And I don't see them making that much of a run. I mean, they're going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're going to see them in the playoffs. But I think they're not going to make a very big run in the
Okay.
playoffs.
A big splash.
Did you?
Yes.
Do you have the Chiefs on yours as well?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't either. To me, the Chiefs are like they're right in the middle. I don't want to call them naughty because I don't want to write them off yet, but they're also not looking very nice right now.
Yeah.
I'll go to the AFC as well. My first one, I got the Dolphins.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
naughty.
Wow,
Naughty.
this is awfully a little preemptive.
I
a little against when you're playing them
don't
this
think.
week.
Well, I'm talking about playoffs here. I just don't think that their style of play, that offense is going to hold up in the playoffs when you go against defenses such as the Chiefs who beat them, the Ravens who I don't think they played. I just they don't have a lot of playoff experience on that team. I think it's going to come back to bite them, especially that if they have to go play in cold weather too. They're used to that sunshine.
Dolphins
down
don't
there.
do well in the cold, do they?
I don't think so.
Except the Arctic Dolphins.
Right.
They
Which
just
I
got
don't
discovered
believe.
as a new species.
Oh, really?
No.
You discovered the species?
I don't believe these dolphins are
They're
of
hairy.
the Arctic variety. So,
Okay.
who's your first naughty team?
Okay.
Oh, Jen.
Well, I chose not a team, but a naughty player.
Oh, so
Oh,
you're
yeah.
just
So
going
you
away
just-
I decided-
from
So
everything.
you just
I decided because hold on.
disregarded
Let me-
any
let-
rules
No.
whatsoever.
If we're talking AFC here, this team would be great if they just had a better quarterback.
Don't
The
say
Jets,
Joe
really?
Flacco, please.
And
Don't say
the first individual on my naughty list, they're picking up Cole as they're running down the field, and that's Lamar Jackson.
that.
Oh,
Oh
my
God.
Because this guy,
No.
as I mentioned earlier, he's not leading anybody to the Super Bowl. He's not winning a Super Bowl. He's not doing anything because he can't throw the ball. Let's be honest, who are his weapons? He doesn't have that great weapons. And that's like a little bit of a pro to him. He doesn't have a lot of good weapons. But
Isaiah Likely, Odell's been stepping up.
yeah,
You
it's
got
not.
Gus
I mean,
Edwards.
compare that to even like Jake Browning's weapons. It's not there. You just lost Keenan Mitchell too, and so it's like the whole team's going down. The defense is there. Trust me, I think the defense is great. But Lamar, I don't think Santa's taking him off the naughty list anytime
All right.
soon.
So speaking of the Ravens, I'm just gonna get into my nice list here.
Yeah.
I think Lamar's been a nice little good boy this year,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he's gonna be rewarded. He's gonna have a nice little deep run into the playoffs, and he's gonna get some sweets in his stockings because he'll be running all over the place, and he's gonna have some poop games out there. Because remember when he was waddling off the field and he came back?
Oh, dude, I understand that.
Yeah, but I think this team is just different. Like you were saying earlier, the defense, I think Likely's really stepped up in the replacement of Andrews. And, Odell, you got... Who else is on that team, K-Dog? I know you got the Ravens on your nice list.
I do have the Ravens on
So
my nice
wait,
list. Are
would you
peeking?
say Isaiah Likely is a
I think so.
system tight end?
I actually think Isaiah Likely's going to get poached from this team, and he's going to be a starter somewhere else next year.
Yeah, I could see that too. I mean, he's just an athlete.
He is.
I mean, he's this team. Yeah, they're my number one nice team in the AFC are the Ravens. I think they're different. I echo everything Coop said.
Yeah.
They're not like a traditionally really good team. You look at them they're not the team. The really good teams we're used to seeing, but I think they are
Right.
that still.
I think Lamar's just such an X factor
Yeah,
in that team. It doesn't matter he doesn't have the weapons. Well, he is
Yeah.
a massive weapon himself.
And guess-
First off, he can run around.
yeah,
And then second, I think he's actually going to have a really good playoff where he's throwing a
yeah.
lot.
And think about his competition. They're going to be favored if they get number one seed. They're going to be favored in every game probably. And then guess what? They get to the Super Bowl. What's Lamar? He's 20-1 against the NFC.
There you go.
That's
What you got to say to that, Prophet Jay?
I gotta say that's not gonna happen because you know who they're gonna face? My AFC nice team, the
Okay.
Indianapolis
What?
Colts, baby.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
what?
Who formerly were the Baltimore Colts. So that's interesting.
There we go. We got
The
a little-
revenge game there. No, man. I mean, we talked about it earlier.
You think the
System
Colts can
running
beat
backs.
the Ravens right now?
Perhaps.
That's great. Well, they did beat them earlier in the year,
Perhaps.
but
crap.
that is still crazy though.
Still.
Well, no,
Go ahead.
I'm not saying I didn't put them on this list just because I think they can beat the Ravens. I did it because I think that they actually have an opportunity to make a splash this year. Because one, we already said the path to the playoffs isn't that bad. It's there for them. There for the taking in a pretty easy fashion.
Yeah.
I could do that. But
You're saying they can get into the playoffs pretty easily.
they can get into the playoffs. But then
Okay.
this team just feels like get Gardner Minshew in the playoffs. Talk about wild card. Talk about magic. Good Lord.
Talk about mania.
Mustache Minshew mania magic, baby. I mean, look, he's a better pocket passer than Lamar. I'll tell you that.
I don't know.
You got some sort of hate
The-
about
the
it,
running
Lamar.
backs-
This is going too far,
The
man.
running backs on the Colts collectively are better than the Ravens. Now, given the defense, I'll give the defense
That's quite a big.
on the Ravens a
That's
plus.
quite
but
a big factor.
I'm just
That's
saying
big.
the Colts
that's
have a
that's like
Defense
half.
Colts
That's like
win
half.
championship.
It's like half the team. Last
Colts
time I checked.
win weird games, and I'm just saying I could see them going in and winning their first. I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl, not by any means, but I'm saying they're going to take a game in the playoffs.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna jump we'll go to you, but I got the Colts on my naughty list.
The
I
Colts
put him
didn't
there,
even make the
inverse.
cut.
and that was like I almost felt bad about it because it felt like it too easy of a pick, like that I wasn't being bold enough. But like the Colts, I mean, I agree they're going to go to the playoffs. We talked about their schedule. I think they could win a wild card game depending on the matchup, but they have absolutely no chance in the divisional round, whoever they play.
Yeah.
Colts are just
So
not very.
we'll
I don't
stay-
understand why they're 8-6.
Yeah, we'll stay in the same division. I got the Jaguars as my naughty team.
That's a good one.
And I'm not even sure if they'll make the playoffs. So, Trevor Lawrence, he's going to be another week removed, but you very well lose this upcoming game. And then you got a very tight division where you got the Colts, the Texans, and Titans are out of it.
Yeah.
But, they could be the odd man out. So,
Yeah. And it's funny because, like, at the start of the year, you would have probably picked the AFC South as, like, the easiest division to choose. Like, oh, Jaguars are going to
right, I
win
think
this.
we all did, yeah.
Yeah. And now it's like, what, you have 3 teams that are 8-6 or whatever? Or maybe
That's right.
are the Jags up one? Or no?
I think they're all tied,
Oh,
8
wow.
and 6. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
So, yeah, it's my naughty team from the AFC
Yeah.
to round out the AFC naughty teams.
I was gonna say I'm gonna jump on the Jags. So I was looking at the other teams. There's not really any other great options.
Yeah.
For a naughty.
Jags is a
Naughty,
good pick.
yeah.
Who's our second nice team, guys?
All right, this is kind of unconventional. Oh, I took him off. I got the Seahawks, baby.
Wait, we're still in the
AFC.
AFC. Oh, God.
I said it was unconventional.
Brother, this guy stinks!
Here you guys go.
All right, I'm picking the Browns.
As a nice team. I like that.
The Browns are another team.
I like
If we're saying defense wins championships, then give the Browns the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's what I gotta say. Because, well, do they still have the best defense? Probably not the best in the league right now. They're definitely like top 5, top 3, arguably. Joe Flacco, better than Deshaun Watson, like we've already talked about. I mean, good Lord. When you give the ball to Njoku, let's call him Yes Joku, he's getting 10 catches a game. He is just unstoppable.
Riding with the Broncos.
Were you?
Unrelated.
oh, God.
Speaking of horses, I got the Bills, dude. Like,
No, this is too easy. They're not
I
horse.
got the Bills. Yeah, I don't know why we're.
You guys didn't pick
I don't
the
know why we're
Bills. They're
praying
so
it. I got to
easy.
pick the Bills, too.
Boo. We haven't used this one in a while.
I got the Bills because this is.
Sucks.
The Browns were my number 3, though.
God,
The
I'm
Browns
so
were my
mad.
number 3.
I got the Bills because these guys are just gonna wreck some havoc in the playoffs. Nobody wants to play these guys. Even the Ravens when they get matched up against the Bills. This is gonna be a tight game where the Bills can easily take it. So
Here's my counterpoint.
that's why they're on my nice list.
Here's my counterpoint to the Bills right now. And trust me, I'm all about Bills Mafia right now. I want to jump through a table for the Bills. Don't get me wrong. Because I love the momentum. I feel the momentum. I feel it in my bones. But you know what the problem is with that? What have we been paying attention to all season long? The hottest team loses. The Bills are the hottest team in the NFL right now.
But
Stop.
when I say that, y'all shit on me. But now you can pull the theory out.
Okay, so hear me out. They lose one game, they probably miss the playoffs.
Who are they losing to?
I don't know if that's true.
They're
I
tied for
think they
there's
can
like 4 or
afford.
5 teams with 8 that are 8 and
I
6.
think they can afford to maybe lose a game. But yeah, that's a good point.
Like,
Like they don't have it.
They have no room for error. They play the
Yeah.
Chargers this week, which they will murder.
Yeah.
They play the Patriots the following week. Oh, and then the last game, we talked about this actually at the very
the
beginning of the
Dolphins?
season, is the Dolphins.
Okay.
So the Dolphins could do everyone else in the league a favor and knock them out potentially.
Yeah, true.
I don't think it
Well,
will.
that's a big game for the Dolphins because they don't want to play the Bills.
No.
In the playoffs.
No.
I think. Yeah, I don't know. Bills look hot right now, but that's a good point that they don't have the easiest route.
Well, they have 2 easy routes, and then the final ride home is,
But, like,
is tricky.
Yeah. Should we move over to,
All right,
to
go
the
ahead.
NFC?
Go ahead, your Hawks with your Hawks and
The Seahawks.
They're a nice team for you.
They're my nice team. I
Okay.
think this team can get it. Well, it's just because of how the NFC playoff picture looks. Any team that can get in and then play the Cowboys is going to move on, in my opinion.
Right.
Which is kind of why, in the same vein, I have the Cowboys on my naughty list.
You're gonna regret all this time. Well, they're never gonna play the Seahawks. They're not gonna play them in the playoffs. We need to get over that. I'd love to see it too, but it's not gonna happen. 'Cause they're
NFC
both gonna be
Championship,
wild
why
card
not?
teams.
Or
Well, that'd be crazy. But
or
yeah.
if the Cowboys win out,
which they're not going to.
But even then, I think the Eagles might still have the division still.
Regardless,
So
we can beat the Eagles.
Whoever
it's
wins
just the 49ers.
Whoever wins that NFC East, I'm calling it now. Whoever wins the division, and then I guess you don't necessarily get a bye, right? Because the Niners are going to get the bye.
Niners. Well,
most likely.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
Anyways, whoever wins the NFC East division, they're losing their first round.
Yes.
I don't know. No, because they'll be the second seed most likely, and they'll play.
Doesn't matter.
The 7th seed, who's going to beat some trash team.
This will be the NFC South.
Maybe the Seahawks.
Saints are going to beat them. Saints
If it's the
destroy the
Seahawks,
Cowboys.
we just beat the Eagles. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, my number one nice team. To me, there's only. I mean,
Don't say it.
it's the 49ers.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
nice.
Like,
Yeah.
I know it's obvious, but like it's
Okay.
gotta
I
be
got that
said
too.
because
All right.
literally no other team. Like the NFC is gross right now, except for the 49ers.
So I clearly misunderstood the assignment because I was picking
Oh.
hot.
Actually, I don't have the 49ers. I got the Lions.
Okay.
We haven't let even. We've said.
You said two now. I didn't even get one in.
in. We're skipping.
Go ahead. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Well, as I was saying, I clearly misunderstood the assignment because I was picking nice teams that make a splash, not just the easy Niners, the Hawks. That's a given. That's a given. You know who's going to make a splash in the playoffs? I don't know how to do this noise. The Rams. How does a Rams sound?
That was gonna be my guess. I have the Rams as well.
We're going to have to edit mine.
I have no idea what a Ram sounds like.
I just think of them clashing horns.
Yeah, like
I was trying to roll my tongue a little more, and then
like
I
that, yeah.
I don't know. Look, the Rams' offense has been fantastic.
Yeah.
Like the last 3 weeks, ever
Let's
since
not
Stafford
forget-
got back.
Let's not forget they did play the Commanders, though.
But, okay, I mean, the week
Pretty
before
bad
they played the
defense.
Browns,
That's a good point.
and that the Browns were saying has a great defense. So
Yeah.
like the Rams, I think are fully going to make it, and they have the tiebreaker over the Hawks. So like they're not going to get that 7 seed. If both teams make it, they're going to be at least 6.
Yeah.
And at that point, they're playing the 3 seed, who we would project to be, I don't know, no one that's scary enough for me to remember. So look, the Rams, I could see them winning too. I could see them definitely beating the boys or the Eagles, not the Niners.
Yeah. I actually agree with you. I've got the Rams as my second, too.
Cool.
What do you got, Coop?
The Lions.
Oh, that's right. Well, that'll lead me
Oh,
into
the
my-
Lions. The Rams could beat the Lions.
That'll lead into my first naughty team. Which
The
are
Lions?
those Lions.
No, I think
Yes.
they proved it against the Broncos. this
No,
last
I
week.
think. I mean, that looks like that's impressive. I'm not trying to take anything away from that because I did even pick the Broncos to win that game, so I can't really go back on that too much. But I still think the Lions. I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of looking like the NFC just isn't very good. Like as far as
Other
like
than the
having
Niners.
like real
Well, one of
contending
those
teams.
teams is
Like
gonna be in
no
the
one's
Super
gonna beat
Bowl,
the
so
Niners.
that's pretty
No one's
good.
gonna beat them. It's just and the Lions.
Is Lamar beating the Niners? No.
Yes.
Well,
And he might this week.
you might this week. You might
It's
on
not
Christmas. Give you a little Christmas.
It's not
present.
happening. I'll spoiler alert on my picks.
Good. I can get a game off you.
Who are your naughty teams
What do you mean? I went through all of them.
on the NFC? I thought we just did the nice teams.
I'll go through my naughty team.
Oh, yeah. Well, I said the Cowboys.
So I
You did not actually.
Yeah, I said the Seahawks. In the same vein, the Cowboys. On my naughty team.
So, again, misunderstood the assignment a little bit, but this team was looking like they could have snuck into the playoffs. I feel confident in that. After this loss this week, they are definitely not. I had the Chicago Bears.
The hell?
The Bears. What's
hold
the problem
on.
with that? Go on, hit the drop. Come on, I want to talk about
You
it.
just blowing from stupid town?
That's fine. That's a good one. You haven't used that one yet. The Bears. They've been looking great the last few weeks.
You thought they were gonna make the playoffs?
They were only a game.
We're talking about playoffs.
Playoffs? Dude, they were only like a game back, like last week before they lost to the Lions, or before they lost to the Browns, and they destroyed the Lions. They looked like they should have beat the Browns. Like this is a team that actually, if things go right, they make the playoffs, and they actually maybe
Somebody call 911!
do well.
I think mathematically the Bears were involved, but like
I know it's very slim chance now, but they could have. They could beat the boys.
Oh, they could easily beat the boys.
Honestly, I can name more
Why
teams.
have they became your guys' punching bag? They were your number 2 team in the NFL a week ago.
Oh, well, that
and
was
now they're
fat
everyone's-
difference.
Now
So,
they're just a big punching
My
bag.
other naughty team on the NFC is the Eagles.
This is
because-
too easy. Come on.
Why?
Give me some.
You're as
Give me
cool
some
as
sauce.
There's no one else that's
My mouth
Because I'm
is
looking at
freezing.
playoff teams, not the Bears.
God, so
And I just say the Eagles because the Hawks just beat them. They're a top team. This is your second seed or whatever. That is so fraudulent.
It's because they play bad teams.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance the Eagles turn around, which is why I didn't put them as my second naughty team. For my second one, I just said the entire NFC South. Whoever gets it, they're just
Okay.
Actually,
Well, that's a good one.
I as an honorable mention for a nice team, I was thinking about putting the
Buccaneers?
Buccaneers in
Yeah,
there because
that's
I think
fair.
they can do some damage if they got
See,
it.
now that's the spice. That's a nice mango habanero. No, that's not a good. It's more of like
I don't know.
This is what I shoot for when I like a good hot. Like that's what I shoot for.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's why I wanted 6 of each, people.
Well, I ran out of.
You only had 2 of each.
I honestly think mine were the best.
All right, boys. Now I want to hear a special memory from your past.
Oh, I forgot about this.
In
part.
regards to Christmas, is there something that comes to mind when you think of Christmas that happened that we can share with the smokers out there on this
Just
magical holiday?
It's a nice little Christmas story.
Just something that comes to mind. Did something happen to you? Is there a gift you recall getting?
I do recall a time where I woke up and there was a ghost in my room, and he said he was from the future. And then I woke up and I went on a journey, and he took me to a ghost in the past.
Really?
Took me to the past, and then I woke up.
Did he do the present?
And I was in the present actually.
Come on, guy. Take it seriously. Is there a gift that you got?
Yeah. So, I mean, this isn't like an interesting story or anything, but back when I was probably 10 to 12, the gift that just rings in my mind. I got a Nintendo DS, which was what?
This is my story too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe am I you? Did we
No, go
swap
ahead.
memories?
Go ahead.
And I don't know. I just like to this date that was like I feel like my favorite console because I would just sit and just play wherever and just I was big into the Nintendo games, Mario, not as much Zelda, like definitely Pokemon, played that a bunch, and I just logged hundreds of hours into that, and I probably owned like 4 DSs after that. Just
Nice.
I bought like the new one, then the 3DS, and then the 3DS Lite or whatever, and it was like I would trade with myself, and I don't know.
That's
like, as a
crazy.
kid, that's just what I would do.
Because seriously, that's what I thought of too. It was back when I got my Nintendo DS. I was about 10 or whatever, and that was the more of the story behind that was like when I found out for sure like Santa wasn't real, and like
What? Excuse me?
Sorry, kids, if you're listening. But I got the DS, and I think I was complaining about something, and to my brother who's 9 years older, and at one point he was like, Mom and Dad spent quite a bit of money for that. Like, you should be happy for it. And like I had suspicions up until that point, but I kind of like cemented it. I was like, oh,
he accidentally spoiled.
So
you.
that
like,
DS wasn't
like the magic's over.
that DS
for me.
wasn't good enough for you.
Well, I mean, and then I.
You want a PSP?
No,
No,
dude,
I
that's
had
not
one of
the
those.
story, bro.
That shit's trash.
I'm just saying.
Actually,
and
it
then
was actually a good console, but yeah,
I had
DSs are bad.
more appreciation for Christmas after that because I
Right.
understood that this is actually all
That
coming
is true.
from my parents.
That is a downside of Santa Claus,
Yeah.
right? That you don't give appreciation to your parents. I never had a DS Christmas. I think I had a DSi Christmas.
Oh,
the new one.
I
But
forgot
that was
about
not
that one.
that was not gonna be my story. My story. I think the most memorable Christmas growing up. Again, it's not a crazy story or anything, but the power was out. So we woke up Christmas morning. The power was out.
Yeah.
We had like a big snowstorm, I think, and I think we had to go to like IHOP for breakfast
Oh,
because
yum.
so we didn't have anything. We couldn't cook anything. And then we used to like. This is probably I was like 9 or 10, I think. And our big
old
present, we always wanted Legos. Loved getting Legos for Christmas. Now I just remember like we had to like do it with like a flashlight because
that's
it
really
was,
fun.
it was dark and no
yeah.
lights and like you can imagine that was a pain. But
Do you
yeah,
still
that's-
like getting Legos for Christmas?
it's been many years since I got
Oh.
Legos for Christmas, but
Well, I know what I'm getting paid
that
off
down,
for
write
I
that
wouldn't
down.
mind doing
Yeah.
a little set.
Yeah. I actually, I got my girlfriend a Lego set for Christmas.
Really?
This is not a spoiler. She'll listen, and she already knows I got it.
Okay.
Because one of our mutual friends, when I was showing him what I got her for Christmas, he goes, "You got her a Lego set?" Right in front of her. And I was like, "Wow."
Which one did you can't say which one you got her though. I assume.
Well,
I wouldn't
already
even know.
I already
I
told
guess.
her. So, but anyways, such is life.
Thank you for that wonderful sharing experience, fellas.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
everybody.
Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas to the Schmokers.
From ours to yours.
Yeah.
Should go on one of those, like...
Now enter the giveaway.
We're trying to spread some Christmas cheer. No one's signing up for our giveaway.
Enter it! All right. You guys want to get in the pick'ems?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thursday night football. We have the Rams taking on the New Orleans Saints. The Rams, 4.5-point favorites with an over-under of 46.5. K-Dog, you want to go first? Wait, no. Coop's going first. It's Thursday.
I'm going with the Rams.
That was so much better than mine. Damn it.
I got to go Rams here. I mean, they're looking hot. You know, I picked against them last week. Saints, like we were saying earlier, Saints win, but they just win very uglily. Not a word.
Well
but
What's the word? We'll take it.
Rams are at home. Chris Olave might not be playing, so I don't know. I just got Rams here.
Yeah, I got Rams too. I mean, like Prophet Jay was saying, their offense, even though I questioned playing the Commanders, their offense has been looking really good, and I just don't think the Saints can keep up with Derek Carr, really.
Yeah, Stafford's just playing. He's just been playing well. I didn't also realize he went to Georgia. Played at Georgia.
Cardi?
Yeah.
Stafford. You didn't know Stafford went there?
No. I learned that because I was watching a video about power. You remember those power balance bracelets? Or like the Fightins?
Yeah.
Those? I was watching how they. I didn't realize they got sued for like millions of dollars.
Yeah,
because
they
fraudulent because they
don't
didn't do
want to
anything.
do it.
Anyways, I got the Rams. I mean, I think for how much I've been talking them up this episode, probably was expected.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if this game is in SoFi or if it's in New Orleans. It doesn't really matter to me.
It's in SoFi.
Because I think the Rams are honestly gonna. I think a 4.5 spread is not enough. I think they're gonna destroy the Saints. Although the Saints they kind of get into these weird games where like they keep up. So I could also see this being a sneaky close.
It'll be
game.
close.
Yeah.
And even like the over under like would you expect 47 points out of these two teams?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I think
23.
I think the Rams is the chance for them to separate themselves from teams like the Saints.
Yeah.
You know, because
But
right now they're kind of in the same boat.
The Saints need this one though if they want
they do.
to win the South. So
That's true.
yeah. I mean, I honestly think this will be a decent game, but
Yeah. But also not.
But not too decent.
Not like
Let's not
it's
not
not like
giving
that
more credit than
interesting,
it's
but it's a
deserved.
better matchup than what we're used
God,
to.
Thursday Night Football's been awful. But
All right.
honestly, primetime games have been pretty good of late. Like, last night was pretty decent for primetime. All right, Steelers-Bengals. I think this is, Saturday morning? Are we getting still more Saturday football this week?
Yeah, we got
think so.
Christmas Eve. We got Christmas Eve is on Sunday.
I think we have
I think we have Saturday, Sunday,
and
Monday.
Whew,
But there's
pretty
like
good
3
weekend.
on Monday, I think.
Yeah. Morning to the evening. So, yeah, Steelers-Bengals. Bengals are 1.5-point favorites.
So have K-Dog start. Let's just go.
Over-under,
Sure.
37.
So this one, so back late November, 3-4 weeks ago, these two teams played. The Steelers won 16-10. Ever since then, the Steelers have lost 3 in a row. The Bengals have won 3 in a row. So ever since the Steelers beat one, it's just been these teams are going opposite directions. And I'm gonna keep riding with the Bengals. I think I almost want to pick the Steelers because they're at home, and it seems like Mike Tomlin never had a losing season. It seems like this is a game that he should pull, but I'm gonna go with Jake Browning and the Bengals again.
Yeah, this is one where I want to overthink it because we have this weird. So that now that I've seen this 1.5-point line after the Bills Cowboys, or maybe it's a 2.5-point line. Anyways, these oddly small lines where I think there is a clear winner. I think the Bengals are the clear winner in this, but the 1.5 points, I feel like they're gonna win by more. So that just feels weird to me. I'm going with the Bengals. I think Jake Browning is gonna he's got a lot of momentum. They're staying hot. I don't think Jamar Chase makes
Chamar Chase.
That's what I call him, for friends. Come on. Jamar Chase is not that relevant in this game.
Yeah.
It's not going to be that
I mean,
big of
the
a deal.
Steelers' offense is just so bad.
Yep.
Which is why Coop.
So I think.
I'm sorry, Coop. Are you gonna take
No,
it?
I think this theory we got going around, the hot team loses. This is definitely the hot team. I think the Bengals are the hottest team, probably coming in this week.
No. Stop it.
What do you mean? Jake Brownie's been
Stop
on a
it.
winning streak.
They're not the hottest team.
Very emotional games.
Who have
going
they beat
on.
that's actually good?
Vikings are decent.
Yeah, but okay, sure, but who else? They're maybe what do you rank them? 15?
Jaguars.
Jaguars.
No. We already said that they're frauds.
Regardless, I got the Bengals too. Okay.
Why are we saying this then?
Because when they lose, I want to be able to call back that, hey, I told you guys.
Yeah, but you didn't. So.
All right, next game.
Wow, this is a tough one for me to go first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Bills Chargers. Bills 12.5 point favorite. I see Coop copying down the Bills on the spreadsheet all the way down. I'll give a little hint. My Shmokin Hot Take is in this game.
Ooh, you might see a little dude on that graphic, huh?
Yeah. Ooh, new graphic.
Wait, what dude?
Don't worry about it.
No. Little Shmoky.
Little Shmoky.
We don't know if that's the official name yet, but our mascot,
It's a work in progress.
Shmoky.
Little Shmoky.
Yeah, I got the Bills. I mean, they're going to obliterate the Chargers, and there's nothing more to be said about that.
What's a buffalo sound like? I got the Bills, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, Bills. This is so easy. I think it's gonna be ugly. Maybe not as bad as the Raiders. Chargers.
I'm actually surprised you didn't pick the Chargers here because they just got rid of their head coach, little dead cat bounce. You even did that with the Panthers.
I know.
Which surprised me.
Well, that's a good point, but this is it's too lopsided. Yeah. It's just no way.
Maybe if they put Kellen Moore as like a head coach, you would have.
Maybe if Kellen Moore was
off the team,
never heard from again, then yes, maybe I would go with the Chargers. But no.
All right, we go on to the next one.
Right. I'll double up because that one is easy. Is that fine? Is that okay?
Go ahead.
Do you not want to?
No,
you want to go? You want to go first, please.
Go ahead.
All right. Falcons versus the Colts. The Falcons.
Wait, what?
Never mind.
What kind of order are we going in?
I'm going in.
Where is this?
Alphabet or Vegas odds.
Okay.
Order.
Colts Falcon. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and do this one.
Am I that far off?
We can skip ahead. I think we were both going off Google. Probably.
Yeah. What? It's okay. Go.
Okay.
What is this sorcery?
We've got it.
No, this one's next
still
year.
Still at 10 a.m. It's still at 10 a.m. It's okay.
Just go.
Okay. I have the Colts. Because they're making the playoffs, boys. And Heineke, he sucks. He's not the guy. Put the Riddler in.
You think we see Riddler?
If Riddler, Riddler should be playing in this game.
Riddler?
Heineke is so bad.
Arthur
Bijan Robinson's not going to do anything.
Yeah, he's got it.
Kyle Pitts is not going to do anything.
Did you see what he came out with?
I don't care
saying about his future. Just
listen
to me. God damn it, listen.
Any Falcons notifications, now that I'm out of Dynasty, any notifications I get from any of those damn Falcons people, I'm blocking them.
Basically,
I'm reporting
Arthur
them.
Smith was asked about his future there, and he said, I'm just going to be taking one game at a time.
He's so arrogant.
You know what that means?
He's arrogant.
He's gone. Anybody that says something like that, he
should have been gone. He should go, he should get together with Brandon Staley, Frank Reich, and all the other fired
Bill
coaches.
Belichick.
And go ship themselves to Canada and go coach a team there.
Yeah. All right, I got the Colts.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the Colts are I think they're the best team on the road this year. I think C-Dubs mentioned that. Like, they've lost only one game on the road all year. And guess what? Nice. They're losing two. They're going to lose. I'm picking the Falcons in this one. I don't know why.
Holy
I mean, it's
moly.
just, I just feel like it's just a battle of two very mid teams, and I don't know. I just think the Falcons
mid.
You're
calling the Colts mid?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, you just said they've only lost one game on the road. Guess what happens when they make the playoffs? They play on the road, and they're gonna beat somebody.
They just look like frauds to me. I mean,
it
just doesn't make sense.
Than the boys.
Falcons have a good defense.
No, they don't.
Jake Browning also beat the Colts, by the way.
Oh.
Well, Jake Browning's a top 10 QB.
Right. All right, who we got in?
Pick whatever game you guys want.
No, go ahead.
All right, Packers Panthers. You want to? Here you go, Coop. What do you
Packers.
got on that one?
I almost want to pick the Panthers, but I got the Packers as well.
I got the Packers.
Come on, get out of here.
All right. All right. Texans Browns. This is a spicy one.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys want to update your answers? We can make a call because there's.
Can we do that?
The news was technically before we announced it.
I almost changed mine.
It doesn't make a difference to me.
So whatever I
Coop, do you want to change? So
you can update. It's kind of stupid if don't. You can update it.
If you don't,
yeah.
I didn't change mine. I had the Browns. I have the Browns circled.
I had the Browns as well already
because I was under the what's the word? Impression that Stroud was gonna be playing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to pick the Texans in this game,
but
I do not want to pick the Texans anymore.
Yeah, I think we're just being like. I think we can change it.
At this point,
I mean, we already here's the thing. We're already pretty harsh on ourselves.
Yeah, I think we're just being overly harsh if we don't.
Because we don't adjust for news.
Yeah.
I have the Texans.
But like,
yeah.
if it's before we announce, I feel like it's okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Put down the
Okay.
Browns.
I got the Browns.
Put it on the
I got the
docket.
Browns too, but
Y'all
you get
are
half a
pooping
point.
with Coop.
guess what?
No.
Guess what? They would have beaten regardless. Browns are for real.
I think if Stroud was there, it would have been a little different.
I think
it
Joe
is at
Flacco
home.
is gonna dice him up.
It's
Not
at
gonna
home.
Me too.
Me
too.
I think
Who would have thought we all should have put Joe Flacco on our top 10 QB list at the beginning of the season?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
I might have a
Did
hot
anyone
take
put
about him later.
Did anyone put Deshaun Watson in their top 10?
Coop did.
I probably did.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Gross. All right. Titans versus the Seahawks. Seahawks, 2.5-point favorites. This is in Tennessee. 41.5-point over-under. I'll go.
We need a noise.
Yeah!
That's not what a Titan sounds like.
What does a Titan sound like? Is a Titan like actually like a Titan, like a demigod? That's a giant. That's a giant, dog. Come on. All right. Smokers, let us know what a Titan sounds like. No, I got the Hawks.
I got the. I also have the Hawks.
I have the. You guys think
say you got the Hawks. I got the Hawks.
I got the Hawks.
No, come on.
Titans are gross.
I mean, is this like a clear-cut win for us? The line doesn't think so.
I think so.
Well, it's because you got Drew Lock playing probably. So
Still, I mean the secondary for the Titans doesn't matter.
And
I mean,
Will
Gino
Levis
and Will Levis.
Will Levis is questionable.
banged up.
Yeah.
So what, they just go back to Tannehill at that point?
Yeah.
Probably.
Or
You know what I am nervous for?
Malik Willis.
Malik.
I think Derrick Henry is gonna have a big day on us. We do not have a great run D.
Yeah.
So I'm putting that in the air. But otherwise, I think we'll do pretty well.
Okay.
Jets Manders. Jets actually the favorite in this one by 3 points. You want to go Commanders twice in a row, Coop? What does the Commander sound like? Tomato!
I was gonna go.
Like near.
I don't know how to make a jet noise, but I got the Jets.
Sorry. All right. I'm not
sorry,
making any more
Jokers.
noises.
I got the Jets in this one.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I got the Jets too. I mean,
I was hoping this one would be one.
So do we
the
think
defense is the
Well,
difference?
here's the thing. Do we think Jacoby Brissett is going to be back?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. But
So does that make a big difference for you guys?
no.
I mean, we're rolling out Trevor Siemian or Zach Wilson or
But it's
who's the
also
other bum they just
I
signed?
think it's
Commanders
the
defense
Jets.
isn't great.
The Jets defense, yeah, the Jets defense is good, and the Commanders defense is awful. And we've seen Zach Wilson he can put up 300 yards, not very often, but I think this is a game in which he could, and if he does that, I think they win. This
Like
game
I have
pretty
the
easily.
Jets. I'm picking the Jets. Like, don't get me wrong, but
You're as cold as ice.
I don't want to. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I just don't like Schmokers. Like, if you're expecting good analysis from this game next week, I'm not watching it. All right, Vikings Lions. Little Lions 3-point favorite.
All right, K-Dog, I want to hear your best line impression for this
All right,
one.
let me work it out. Wait, do you think I'm picking the Lions?
I know you're picking the Lions.
You think I'm picking the Lions?
That was a house cat.
I'm going with the Lions.
Cal just looked at you like, what was that?
That was Cal actually filling in for me. Yeah, I got the Lions. I kind of wanted to pick the Vikings, but Nick Mullins really.
Can't.
And
Not after that type of game, the Lions
yeah,
had.
Lions just their offense was just dominant, and yeah, they're gonna get this. They're gonna get this dub.
I am in concurrence. How about you, Prof?
Wow, we're boring on this one. I got the Lions too.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay. Are we going into that game?
No.
No,
We're going to the Jaguars Buccaneers.
we're still on Christmas Eve now, right?
I don't know. I don't have the times and dates of these games.
I don't know.
All right, Jaguars Bucks. Jags are the 1.5-point overdog. Or no, they're the underdog. The Bucks are favored on this. Isn't that kind of weird to you guys?
No,
That the Bucks are favored? What does that mean?
I think it's,
That's what,
I think
That's what Drew Lock does.
I think
Putting on a jacket.
That's so stupid.
it sounds like you're sleeping on the Buccaneers.
Sounds
probably,
like you're
Jay.
sleeping on the Bucks.
I'm taking the Jags.
Yeah, let's go, K-Dog.
Hey, that's an easy
Is that a
one right
Jag?
there.
Is that a Buck noise?
Ahoy!
I'm gonna
Um,
tear your Jaguar heart
Yeah, I
out
just
of your
think.
body.
Well, I think that here's where I think you guys are wrong. The Jags are going to bounce back. They've been scuffling, and they need a dub to keep up with the
the Jags
Colts.
have been naughty.
and they're going to be nice.
All right, let's move on to the
I'm just
real
going with the
one.
home.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm just going with the home team here in the Buccaneers. Is it?
Yeah,
It's time.
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go.
Time.
I'm gonna let you guys go.
This episode is chaotic AF, dude.
It is.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, we're not giving any analysis of these games. We're just saying, yeah, I got this guy. And then making animal noise.
Give me the fins, baby.
How did my cat
Give me
not
the
wake up from
fins.
that?
You know what the fins saw? They saw James Cook running his ass all over the Cowboys. And you know who has the best running back in the game right now, pretty much, besides McCaffrey? The Dolphins, Raheem Mostert, and Achane. They're going to duplicate that. And then when the Cowboys can't stop the running game, they're going to kill him through the air, drop some nukes on him like it's frickin'.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Okay.
No, I got the Dolphins here. I know K-Dog's going to be picking the Cowboys. I'm 2 games back. This is one I can take off you.
Yeah.
So I had to.
So here's
What do you got, Prophet Jay?
here's like the age-old question, right? Because Dolphins, we always say they can't be good teams.
I was gonna bring this up too. Yeah.
Here's the problem with that thing, though, is the Cowboys aren't a good team.
No.
K-Dog walked into that one, baby.
You could say, what's the difference? Why can't you say that about the Dolphins too? They just lost to the Titans 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but then
They learned their lesson.
they just
Did
blew
they?
out the.
I wonder if
blew
the
out
Cowboys will
The
learn their
Jets'
lesson.
defense.
Honestly, putting up 30 on the Jets is pretty.
That's pretty crazy.
Pretty good in my mind.
really good.
Yeah, well, when they
but
throw like 3 interceptions
and you know what,
to
here's
set them
the-
up, they only get 290
But
yards.
here's the thing: is that the Jets also suck against the run. You know who also sucks against the run? The Cowboys.
Yeah.
So
No, that run game is scary. You know.
it's good. And then you get a little too comfortable. You start stacking the box a bit, and guess what? Tyreek's dropping an 80-yard nuke on you.
Yeah.
So you picking the Fins?
So I'm basically saying, while the Cowboys are going to try and throw a lasso into the water to be fishing for dolphins, the Dolphins are going to pull on that lasso, bring in the Cowboys into the water, and give them a little quick and dirty. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Well, that was quite a visual.
I think I feel like K-Dog might try to neutralize us by picking the Dolphins. Here.
It's funny. So look, the Cowboys. You look at this game, the run game. It's scary. You know, if you can't stop the run, they're gonna light you up with. I assume Tyreek Hill will be back. Jalen Waddle will be playing. Cowboys also. There's a big discrepancy as far as, especially their offense on the road versus at home. This one is unfortunately on the road, and for all these reasons. And that little smirk on Coop's face as he thinks I'm going to pick the Cowboys. I'm picking the Dolphins.
No,
I'm doing it. I'm just look. You guys,
Blowing from Stupid Town.
you guys heard our standings.
Boo.
You guys heard our standings. I'm
can't
only,
do it 'cause
I'm only
of the
2 games
standings.
up,
Do
and
it.
I'm not trying to have a strategy or whatever. I genuinely think objectively, the Dolphins are probably going to win this game. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I get a little early Christmas.
All
present.
right. Took all the fun.
But-
All right,
It's
he's
an offense.
I got the boys.
He's really fallen into this graphic. You know, he is.
Well,
now
I've just seen it too many
at
times.
the wheels falling off.
I've just seen it
stage.
too many times, and on paper it doesn't seem like a good matchup for the Cowboys at all. So
Can we get our graphics guy to put K-Dog's mascot on a cowboy and then do the animation of what I talked about?
Yeah, we can talk to the
Getting
graphics guy
ridden
about
by a
that.
dolphin.
Yeah.
Well, that stinks.
That took all the
But
fun
that's
out of that
smart.
game. K-Dog.
I know.
I mean,
did
it's just
that.
like it's my honest opinion too. It's not just trying to fuck with you guys, but
Man.
All right, that's fair.
He even dropped the F-bomb on the
I didn't
friendly
mean to.
pod.
Oopsie.
So we know
We'll
he's
censor-
serious.
we'll
Yeah,
censor
he
that.
said stop talking about the Cowboys.
Yeah.
We'll put a
All right, let's move
little
on.
beep
All
on
right,
that.
we'll move on. We'll stop. All right, Bears, Cardinals. Bears. 4.5 point favorite.
Yeah,
And I got the Bears winning this game.
I got the Bears as well. Bears look pretty good.
They're pretty good.
Roar. I got the Bears too. I guess they kind of have the same noise as a lion, right? They kind of just both roar.
No, they're like,
That was really good.
That was actually quite good.
That was good.
I grew up with my dad doing grizzly bear noises.
Did you
all
really?
the time. Yeah.
But did he like attack you after you did that?
No.
Like he would chase you down, like he'd be on forward.
No.
No? Well, then why is he making the noises? Are you trying to
It's
attract
just funny.
bears?
No, it's just funny.
Well, we all know if there's a bear around, just draw your sea bear circle. All right, Broncos, Patriots. Broncos are the 7-point favorite against the Pats. There's a 34.5 over/under. What are you guys making these faces for? We really need video so that people can see the susness going on over here.
I know who Prophet Jay's taking.
I'm riding with the Broncos. Where you at?
Knee. Yeah, I got the nays.
And I'm riding with Prophet Jay, baby. I'm writing Prophet J, actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to hop in there as well because
we
got an orgy going
too.
Gross. Okay. Yikes.
I mean, nobody in their right mind is picking the Patriots. I don't know
Well, they
if
almost
anybody
beat
in
the
the right
Chiefs.
mind picked the Patriots this whole season. And when I did, I was not in the right mind. And I know K-Dog was not either.
I don't really know what you're referring to, but I no thank you to the Patriots
All
this
right.
week.
Let's just blow through.
Let's jump in the next one and tell me why you're picking the Raiders.
They just dropped 63.
They just
Have
dropped
the
63.
Chiefs, have the Chiefs dropped 63 this
Honestly,
season?
can I switch my pick? Can I take the
Go
Raiders?
ahead. You didn't know about this news until now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
What's the news? The
They just
63
dropped
points?
63.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna go.
Go
with
for
I
it. Do
originally
it.
circled it. I actually
Are you picking the Raiders?
no. I want to now, but I'm
Oh,
not going
okay.
to. I already had it circled. I'm honoring the circle system, which I did 20 minutes before this
Good
episode.
system.
Great
Once it's circled, it's locked, just as much as C-Dub's locks, which aren't so much locks sometimes. All right, Chiefs. Give it to me.
Chiefs.
Hey, oh.
There's a different one you gotta go with for the noise.
No, I'm not doing that one.
Eagles Giants. Eagles 11.5 point favorites. Squaw!
Oh, I thought you were going to give us a little gabagool.
Dude, I wish I could take the Giants. If the Giants win this game, oh man, I would be a happy man. You know what's great about this?
I can see him.
And I meant to text my girlfriend because she's a Giants fan, as the people out there know. We get to watch this game on the heart of Christmas. We get to watch a Giants massacre.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Giants fans.
B5O fum. I'm going with the Eagles.
All right.
All right.
I got the Eagles as well.
All right.
No way Tommy pulls this one off, right?
We all just looked at each other with a glisten in our eyes as Tommy DeVito sits back at home and schemes on how he's going to
Plot Jalen Hurts is demise.
assassination
I was
through the
rhyming
mob
that.
system. Oh, I'm sorry.
I did a rhyme right there.
Oh,
He
no.
missed it, so- oh, God.
Do you guys record audiobooks? That was pretty good. All right, let's go to the last game of the week, fellas. This is what we've been leading
That's a
up
good
to.
one.
Ravens Niners. 5.5 point favorites.
These are the number one seeds in each conference. Tie for best
This is
record in
who
the
we've
league.
all pretty much had at our 1 and 2
Maybe a
for a
Super
good chunk
Bowl
of the season.
preview.
Not
Anybody?
a Super Bowl preview, but close.
I can go first in this one.
Please do,
Don't
K-Dog.
say it.
Wait.
So
Yeah, there we go.
I brought up that stat earlier about Lamar being 19-1, 21 against the NFC.
You're going to say 2 and 2.
However, I just don't see how they match up with the 49ers. I'm going Niners at home. I think this one actually might not be close, and I might have a Shmokin Hot Take about that later.
Thank God he said that because no Shmokin Hot Take has ever hit on this pod. That's why I'm taking the Ravens in this game. I don't know. The defense is clutch. When you see Purdy get pressured, have to, improvise, you just kind of tilt him a little bit. He messes up a lot. And I think that Ravens defense can provide that sort of pressure and kind of get that whole team off skew, or cue, I guess. They're going to skew him to get him off cue. I got the Ravens. I think Likely's going to have a massive game. I'm calling 4 touchdowns. He's going to pull Laporta in this game.
I think that would probably be an NFL record for tight ends.
No, that's not my Shmokin Hot Take, but I do have the Ravens. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm picking this team that some may say has been one of the best offensive teams in the last 20 years. And you're right, Coop. When Purdy gets a little busy back there, he does get a little messy. It's a little messy in the bedroom. But, I think he's going to be cooking just fine. I think the Niners are taking this. I can see this being bigger than a 5.5 point win. I can see it by at least a touchdown. But the thing is you stop McCaffrey, then you have to deal with Debo. You stop Debo, you got to deal with Ayuk. You stop Ayuk.
You said you got to stop 2 running backs. What have the Ravens done better than almost anybody this year?
2 running backs. I said
Debo
1.
Samuel.
He's a running back now.
He's always been a running back, my
Honestly,
friend.
you know who
He
can
had,
throw?
2, 3, 4 receptions
You know who
last
can
week?
throw? You know who's a better passer than Lamar Jackson? Jacoby Myers. Yeah, I said it. He threw a touchdown.
What does that have to do with
These two Because Lamar's just not a
This
good
guy is the
passer.
biggest hater in the world. It's just
Whatever.
I mean, yeah, I'm good.
I'm
So,
surprised we got I'm surprised he went Ravens there, Coop.
I mean, we'll just be profiting off him.
So,
profiting.
I got a little bit of statistics. So all three of us picked the same team in 12 of these matchups. Coop and Jay picked 2 of the same teams, same matchups. Jay and K-Dog, 2. And then Coop, have 2 solo picks. And so does K-Dog. So Prophet Jay doesn't like rolling alone. Never has, never will.
Oh, I love rolling alone. If I had my choice, I would be. Trust me. Don't get me wrong in that. Okay, fellas. Everyone's favorite time of the year. It's Christmas in July. I don't know why I said that. We're doing power rankings.
All right.
I had a lot of Christmas in July on Sunday.
Who's starting off here?
K-Dog, you always start us off.
Okay. Well, number 10, I have a team returning to the top 10 who I actually made fun of you guys for having in the top 10 the previous couple weeks.
Oh, put him in.
That's the Cincinnati Bengals.
Boo. I
No, ew, no.
I didn't have the big.
Yeah, I mean, they're winners of 3 straight and might be looking at the 4th against the Steelers this weekend. Number 9, I got the Chiefs.
Whoa.
Falling pretty fast.
Woo!
Speaking of falling, I got the Eagles at number 8. Lions at 7. They moved up a little bit after that impressive win over the Broncos. I got the Cleveland Browns at number 6. That's a good team. And with Joe Flacco, I think
You just blowing from stupid town?
I think the Browns are maybe the biggest sleeper in the AFC. And number 5, I got the Cowboys.
No way.
Yeah.
Come on.
And you might
Should be
say
off the
why
list.
later on, but look, I'd pick them beating the Browns, Lions. They beat the Eagles, you know. I think that's a good spot for them. Number 4, I got the Dolphins. Number 3, the Ravens. Number 2, despite currently being 9th in the AFC, I have the Bills at number 2. And then number 1, I got the 49ers, of course.
Boo.
That's quite the rise of the Bills of the past 4 weeks for you, K-Dog.
Oh, yeah. But they deserve it. I think they're the most...
Or was it Prophet Jay who didn't have them on the top 10? And then all of a sudden they were at number 4.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Couldn't be me.
They've been rising for me, but yeah, not that drastically. Yeah.
Couldn't be me.
All right, I'll go ahead and jump in. I got the Seahawks at 10. They came back on my list after a very impressive win. I mean, what? You're scoffing? like, oh, I already had them there. Well, they
Call
didn't
me
beat,
prophetic.
They didn't beat the Eagles yet for me. So they beat
Call
the
me
Eagles.
prophetic.
Of course, you're on my number 10. My number 10. Number 9, I got the Bengals. Looking hot. Jake Browning. I was gonna say Joe Burrow because he practically looks like Joe Burrow.
Joe
That's the
Browning.
difference.
They're looking good. Number 8, I got the Dolphins. So I got them sliding a little bit. I don't know how that ended up happening, but when he beat the Jets, it's not that impressive.
Right.
You
They
know?
shut them out, though.
Number 7, I got the Eagles. So they fell a little bit for me. And then number 6, the Chiefs. Number 5, the Lions. So the Lions are starting to creep back up. You know, we kind of had some down games for them. But when you beat the number 10 Broncos previously for last week for many of these people around here, you better go up on a list.
Right.
Number 4, I got the Cowboys. Number 3, I got the Bills. Number 2, I got the Ravens. And number 1, I still got the 49ers. So, yeah.
All right. All right.
Let's hear it, Prof.
Good list.
I like Scoop's list. Mine's kind of similar to it, which is not a good sign for you.
Were there no Browns on your list, though?
No.
Wow.
All right. So at number 10, welcome back to the top 10. I got the Lions.
I don't know why
Maybe
the
a little
Lions were
premature
off.
taking
Well,
them
they were
out.
like 11, right? They were like 11.
Sure.
So the Lions, welcome back. Dominant win over the Broncos, who we've thought to be a pretty good team. So great job there. Number 9, I'm moving up 1 after a dominant win over the Eagles. The Seahawks.
It sure was dominant, winning with 30 seconds left. Yeah.
I don't think any of your Cowboys wide receivers are making that catch from
going on
lock.
here?
I think they
hater.
would probably secure. I don't think they'd bobble it and make it, a
Number
little
8.
controversial.
Number 8, I got the Bengals. Number 7, sticking in their spot, I got the Rams. Which
That's crazy.
it's not
It's not
crazy
crazy for them to be in the 10, but that's
It's
pretty
not
high.
crazy. Number 6, I got the Chiefs. 5, I got the Dolphins. 4, I got the Boys. So the boys are still.
So you guys gave me shit about having the Cowboys at 5, and you guys
I
each
didn't
have them
do
at
that.
4.
I
Did
No,
you
it was
not?
me. That was me. I was just memeing on you. I was setting up for the joke.
I don't really give shit to people.
You should. It's funny.
Really?
Not really.
Number
Really?
3, moving up 1 after the dub is the Bills, 2 Ravens, 1 Niners. So notice I snubbed the Eagles.
Really? Wow. I mean, 4-game or no,
That
3-game
is
losing streak.
ridiculous to me.
It's not. All those teams could beat the
Absolutely
Eagles.
ridiculous.
All those teams could beat the Eagles that I just listed. Outside, I guess the Chiefs.
The Rams beating the Eagles?
Yes. I honestly, yes.
Outside the Chiefs?
Well, the Chiefs, I just feel like obligated to put on. I don't know why. Maybe it's
And
the
you don't feel
Golden Boy.
obligated? All
I
right.
feel like you should feel obligated to put the Eagles on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Interesting.
lost to the Hawks.
Yeah.
You had them at 10.
They got blown out by... Yeah, so they lost to my number 10 team. So shouldn't they be off?
Okay, who else did they lose to?
The boys.
Okay, another top 10 team.
The Niners.
Another very top
Yeah.
10 team.
So, but I mean, they didn't. Those games were not even close.
We got clapped by the Niners twice, and we're still in the top 10.
Okay, we didn't get clapped. The first game we got clapped. The second one, not so much. Like they lost by like what, 30 points?
This guy.
That was by like 30 points.
Well, collectively, we
Twice.
lost by like 50. Okay.
They lost 30 points like 2 weeks in a row, and then they lose to the Hawks. Like, this is a game where I expect you to come in and blow us out. And guess what?
So
All they did was blow us.
a 10-4 team is not a
That's
top
what I'm saying.
10
That's
team.
why I'm shocked like the Lions were even off, because they've built already all of these quality wins. Like the prior to this part of the season, they still played.
Dog, I'm going on momentum. Some of these teams don't have a whole lot of momentum. But I'm putting, at this point in the season, you mentioned it earlier, I'm putting momentum over record. That's why we all have a top, a 8-6 team in our top 3.
True.
Like, come on. That's only one game better than the Hawks.
I shall not concede to that valid point.
Goodness sakes. All right, Schmokers. You let me know why mine's the best.
Do they ever let you know why yours is the best?
No, nobody ever lets me know anything.
We're going crazy from not hearing anything. Is anybody out there listening to us?
We just meet up every week to talk to ourselves.
Oh, man. Okay.
Enter the giveaway, goddammit. All right,
You guys want to do the hot take of the week?
let's get it.
Yeah.
All right. K-Dog, please.
So I actually got 2 this week. The only reason why is because
We can't hit one, so we have to expand to 2. I
the
guess.
first one I was like, I feel like they're gonna not be impressed by this one, so I had to think of a better one. But this first one's a good one.
Be careful though. It's spicy.
And that is that this week, I believe Joe Flacco will lead everybody in passing yards.
Yeah, that's hot. That might be.
enough. That would be enough. I'd take that.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, what's your second one,
My
though?
second
You
one.
already locked yourself into it.
My second one is that it's going to that Ravens 49ers game that I alluded to.
Actually, I wanna
I
do this-
don't
I
think we'll
want
be
you to do this one.
close. You don't want me to do
I want
this?
you to do this one because they never hit.
Well, I am guessing, not guessing,
Predicting.
predicting, prophesizing that Christian McCaffrey will have more total yards than Lamar Jackson in that game.
That's actually.
I love
That's
that.
a great take.
That's awesome.
That might be an all-timer,
If that hits, that's a legendary. We're putting that on the wall.
We'll see. It's possible.
but you don't get to claim that one because you claimed Flacco.
No, I got to.
Now you just get 2.
All right, well, next week I'm coming with 4.
Okay.
All right, let me jump into mine.
I'm gonna have a top 10.
So Prophet J doesn't take it from me.
I only got 1, so
I
hope
got-
you didn't take mine.
You know how the legacy of Derrick Henry kind of was put up to the test this last week against Houston.
They really.
Well, he had 5 straight games of over 140 yards and 2 touchdowns against them, averaging wise, and that was completely shut down. I think he was saving up that energy for a massive game against our Hawks. I'm going 140 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns against the Hawks.
All right.
My Shmokin Hot Takes.
Is that why you were giving me that creepy ass stare when I was saying he was gonna blow up on
Yeah,
us?
because I didn't want you to think I was doing it because you said that or that you
Oh,
already had this
that's
Smoking
funny.
Hot Take.
I don't. That's not mine. But I was like, why is he staring at me like this? I thought you were just like you didn't like it because I was putting that bad juju in the air.
Now let's hear Prophet J's.
Be careful though. It's spicy.
Oh, it's spicy.
That was good.
Okay, so I have the Bills Chargers game. And I love to pile on people. Like we're already shitting on the Chargers. I thought, why not just shit on them a little more? Just a little extra deuce on them. So what I got is the Bills win, clearly, by 4 tutties. And that's including 2 defensive touchdowns.
You're as cold as
Oh, what a
ice.
2
We
defensive
literally
touch-
just saw that with the Raiders against the Chargers. What are you doing?
He did say 2 defensive touchdowns.
They didn't get
so.
2 defensive touchdowns.
They at least had one with
Oh,
an
they might have
amazing
had
pick
2.
6.
Okay, then fine. How about,
Don't say 3.
you want me to add on to it?
Don't say 3.
And Easton Stick died.
Do you want me to add on to it? All right, fine. Kellen Moore breaks his leg on the sideline.
Oh my god. Wow.
Somebody call 911.
For Kellen Moore. Because he broke his leg.
Okay, well, the line on this game is like 11 and a half.
Okay, so look at the Raiders game, dog. Like,
Yeah,
you
but
think they're
don't-
going to put a line of 40 and a half?
Sure. If the team is bad enough. I mean, if the team...
I think the Bills are going to blow out the Chargers, but
Yeah.
the 2 defensive
Okay,
touchdowns are
fine.
what
How
makes
about a James Cook rushing and receiving tutty? Both.
and the 2 defensive touchdowns.
And the 2 defensive
And
touchdowns.
Kellen Moore breaks his leg.
Wow.
All right,
Maybe
hold on.
add
All
like
right.
one more
All right,
thing.
let's just lock. What's your lock for this Shmokin Hot Take? What do you want to
Bills win.
do? Dude, Chargers are going to somehow win.
Oh god.
What is it?
All right, Bills win.
Okay.
4 tutties.
4 takes.
By 4 tutties.
Okay.
2 defensive touchdowns. You know, I'll even call it. We'll do a pick and a fumble.
Recovery in the end zone?
No, like
Or scoop and score?
scoop and score.
How many yards?
At least 50.
So what I foresee is that it'll be like a long like pick, like they'll be driving and they'll be on like the Bills 20,
Right.
and they'll pick it, and then the guy's gonna be
Kenny
running back,
Pickett's in
and then
this?
he's gonna stiff arm Easton's stick into the ground that he so much he dies.
Stick arm him?
All right, no, seriously. All right, Bills win by 4 touchdowns, 2 defensive from 1 fumble, 1 pick, and I'll say I'll throw in a James Cook rushing touchdown.
So you went from...
That's kind of a lot, dude.
Yeah, you're
That's
never-
like way too smoking.
We just made this impossible for you to ever get this.
Okay.
I'm doing it for the people, and clearly, if you guys are not happy with it, then the people aren't going to be happy with it. And we did say,
Be careful though. It's spicy.
We did say that. Yes.
all right,
I didn't say that. Russ said that.
that's Russell Wilson. If you guys didn't know, that's our
And
new.
this is Prophet J.
I'm riding with the Broncos. Where you at?
Okay, our sanity's running out. Let's wrap this shit up. Go follow everything and join the giveaway. All right. All right, to go join the giveaway, we're going to make a post tomorrow.
We might see a little Smokey on post.
Tomorrow.
Might be the reveal of little Smokey, our mascot.
Good Lord. K-Dog's losing it over here.
Okay.
We need to wrap this episode up.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
No. Like the post. Did you close? Did you
Happy
kill it?
holidays.
No.
Like the post. Share it. And then tag a friend and get them to follow.
So
They
those
don't
are
have to
3
follow.
different ways to
They
enter,
don't have
and
to
each of those
follow,
are
but-
staggering point-wise.
But you get 3 entries.
All right.
And then go follow YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and buy some cool merch. And lastly, I'm not going to be here for next episode. C-Dubs will be filling in for me. But then, reverse, I'm going to be doing Jay's Locks this week.
Oh.
So, just prepare for some
Be careful though. It's spicy.
spicy bets.
Maybe,
And K-Dog might be joining me too?
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll
Maybe.
see.
Otherwise, if I'm not joining, maybe save your money this week, guys.
Okay, come on.
We'll put in a stock.
Hold on,
or
I'm 1
something.
for 1 this season. That's all I need.
Hey.
All right, I'm out of here. Adios, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year.
Smoking.
Smoking.
Smoking!